Hello and welcome to Dice Fables Curse of Strahd Adventure, and welcome back. I am Spencer. I will be your DM for this evening. I believe today's session is session 44, which means we are well and truly past the pale of the longest games I've ever run. This is very exciting.
Woo!
Joining us, we have... turn my page back so I don't forget. We have Abby playing Diana Lothryn, our reliable resident good drow and maiden of Illustrae. We have Habiki playing Ireena Myth, our avenging general and frostmaiden of the Ten Towns. We have Mia playing Rory Aurora, our rambunctious reservoir of Lathander's holy light. We have Ariadne playing Redmond Gill, host of the Legion of the Lost. And we have Riley playing Volk Moonwise, our inscrutable but miraculous menagerie. So... what happened last time, guys? You are very cold. How did you come to be in this very cold situation?
Someone said we should climb a mountain. Then we climbed the mountain. But first I got
We need
burned.
to climb a mountain to save our elf friend Casimir, who's been a big old dum-dum and is trying to survive his sister by selling himself to the dark powers.
It's true. It's true.
We need to save Diana's dead figure.
No, not her dad figure.
Big brother.
More like, yeah, that's more accurate.
All right.
We got attacked by a rock. We failed we avoided some magical tests.
You did.
Succeeded on one.
And you have not succumbed to the freezing, blistering cold of the mountain yet.
Not yet.
I got rewarded with a +2 magic sword that would absolutely murder everyone if I was still evil that wants to kill people. Mainly Redmond. He would have been very dead. If I had had that. Very sad.
Yeah. You fought some rocks. You fought a rock. You ran across a blustery bridge. You walked through some fire. Very smart sending Rory through the fire, by the way. The one person with fire resistance. Excellent choice.
We didn't need to do it anyway. We already triggered the Guardians beforehand, so it didn't matter.
It's true, yeah. But still, you could have gotten around it without combat. All that being said, shall we begin? Unless anybody has anything else pressing they want to remember, any questions you want to ask before we start. We ready to go?
I'm just curious if we're going to do the thing where we start with making a Constitution saving throw against the cold, because it's always funny.
You actually are. Thank you. I was going to let us lead into the narrative a bit, but since you asked for it, I will allow you to take a short rest after that rock battle. So if you would like to take a short rest to recover your shit, if you need it. I know there was some healing exchange to save Volk from the instant death of another rock attack. Although it flew away very scared of you and of Ileena's compulsion, so it probably is not coming back anytime soon.
Hey, got messed up.
Red.
All right. Those of you who have fashioned warm weather gear or cold weather gear, which I believe is everybody except Ireena and Volk, because Volk was a Sabertooth and Ireena didn't need it. You can do this with advantage. Ireena and Volk, you will need to come up with a way to help yourselves, otherwise it's a flat roll.
I forgot I was muted. Since we short rested, I'm going to wild shape into a small, ice cat thing.
Okay. All right. So
just
you will have advantage.
probably a small-sized creature.
Okay.
I don't know what specifically, but
so you can transform to fit the environment, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Ireena was full HP, but
an
I don't
Arctic
remember.
fox. I can turn into a little Arctic fox.
What was your question, Mia?
I don't remember if Ireena had full HP. I think so. Or almost full HP, at least.
She took a little bit of... No, she was an eagle, so she would still have full HP. Because the eagle took the damage and then she...
Before that, I remember that Rory and Ireena then, hugged it out to heal up again.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's okay.
But I think Ireena got full HP and Rory was, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Why don't you make a roll for Ireena as well at advantage? Just because she'll probably be in combat, so exhaustion might matter for her.
Yeah.
Does my cold resistance From the ring affect me?
From the ring, that is a great question. You
Well,
will
I got
probably be... Yeah, you know what? For this one, it's going to keep dropping. The next one you won't, but for this one you can have advantage, yeah.
Sure.
Because your last one, we were around like -20, pushing -30 last time. As you hike up this next section, we'll be clearly in the -30s. Celsius.
Makes sense.
I don't think anybody here uses Fahrenheit, so I don't have to try to convert it to that horrible measuring system.
Oh god.
Okay. So did anybody roll below a 12 on their con save?
Did Ireena and Rory both have advantage? I don't remember.
You both would, yes, because you've bundled up.
Oh, okay, then I just barely did it. Really?
Okay.
DC 12? For -20 degrees?
So
Absolutely, don't
complain.
Don't complain.
No,
I'm on
I'm
the
probably wrong. Oh, right.
Wasn't it like a list
wasn't
where
in
it
the
would have
book,
been like
yeah.
DC 15?
I think last time it was 15.
I think so too.
Nope.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
gotten
pretty sure it
colder.
wasn't. You know.
No, because I remember
I'm
we
pretty
looked
sure
this
it
up.
was 12, you know?
I looked this up. Where was it? Cover, obscured areas, encounter distance, services, travel pace. Yeah, because last time I had it set at a moderate, which would have been 15. This is supposed to jump up. So this one would be, we'll call it a 16. The next one will be 18.
Ireena managed, Rory did not.
Okay.
I'm more
16.
good with fire anyway.
So if you're 16 or higher, you're fine. Otherwise, you take a level of exhaustion.
Oh no, that means my passive wisdom perception is lower. I'm only at 27 now.
Well, good. So those of you that rolled below a 16, the cold is starting to get to you. Even with the warm clothes that Ileena managed to fashion from her experience at the 10 Towns, it's starting to cut through. The big thing is you've now taken some wounds Volk did. But either way, the cold is really starting to get to you. And honestly, the blizzard is, or the wind is starting to pick up, and you're actually starting to get quite a bit of snow blasting in your faces as you climb up this winding path up the mountain. Over this next passage of travel, you will begin to get frostbite, those of you that had exhaustion. Now, Diana, we're going to have an encounter roll from you, please. Do you have any way to help out your leading of this group? Anything you can add, or anything the party can add to Diana's leadership of the party up the mountain?
I have daylight. If that could help at all.
You're going to be traveling through, I believe, it's going to be the one down from heavily obscured. Let's see. So it may not...
Lightly obscured?
Yeah, lightly obscured. So disadvantage on perception checks, dim light, patchy fogs, moderate foliage. You're looking at a wall of swirling snow. So lightly obscured. It is daytime, so I don't know if that's actually going to help much right now. Because the problem isn't lack of light; it's snow being in your way.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything then.
All right. You have an Arctic fox with you. Anything that a fox can do, any abilities of the rest you can have that can help out. Otherwise, it'll be a flat encounter roll. And you get what you get.
Advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing, according to the.
All right.
Keen hearing, dark vision.
Keen hearing and dark vision. All right. So I'll say if you go to the front of the party with Diana, you can have advantage on this roll.
All right. I'll rest on her shoulders.
That'll change the orientation of the party a bit. So why don't we jump over here, and just in case it's relevant, please place yourselves
marching order
in a marching order. Diana and Volk will be up front. Hello, kitty. We have been joined by a fluffy winter kitty. She has grown twice her fur coat to handle the cold.
Ooh.
Baby kitty.
All right.
Yeah, so Diana and Volk are up front, so if it's a frontal assault, you will take the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And then, Diana, you can roll 2d12 for me, please, and I will give you a vague description of both, and then because you have advantage, you can choose which you would like to encounter.
Right. An 8 and a 9.
An 8 and a 9.
So both pretty high.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So both of these are going to be cold-based encounters. It is up to you whether you want to handle... let's see how I can describe these. Nature or nurture is the question. What do you want to face, nature or nurture?
Nurture, do you think, guys?
Sure.
I would say probably nurture.
Okay.
Yeah, nurture.
All right. This is good because the two of you are up front. Volk, you actually hear a tinkling as the wind is rising up around you and snow is sort of packing in around you. You also happen to roll the 2 encounters on here that were weather-based, which I really enjoy. Pretty serendipitous. The snow that is surrounding you is beginning to take on very small humanoid shapes, and you hear little tinkles of laughter as these spirits of the cold begin to manifest around you. So I would like everybody to roll initiative as these creatures enter your field of vision, and I will drop them on the map here. I'm going to move you guys real quick.
All right, initiative. I'm going to pull my regular.
Oh, I had Volk's thing selected for mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Initiative is based in dexterity, which means I'm rolling initiative from the fox's dexterity. Which means it's one more than my regular. Because the fox has a dex of +3.
All right.
I'm just going to add 1 to whatever I roll.
So 4 creatures are coming out of the snow ahead of you. We'll set them about 30 feet away, give or take, since you spotted them.
Interesting.
I believe these things are small. They are small. I can't make them smaller. That's okay.
You know, with situations like this, sometimes I like when things beat me in initiative. Because that means if I see them attacking me, I still get my first turn benefits if I attack them. And there's no moral ambiguity at that point.
True.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm going to do one more thing in secret because there is another thing going on here that may come to pass.
Ooh, exciting.
Whisper toggle.
Boy.
Okay, we have whispered the toggle. So I'm going to go GM layer. Boop, boop, boop. All right, descending order. No, I said descending order. There we go. Okie doke. So, up first, we have 2 of the ice methods up ahead of you. Ice method number 1 is this bad boy straight ahead of you, Diana. You see this this creature forming out of the ice in the air rushes towards you and is going to exhale a breath of frigid cold air on the lot of you. He's got 15-foot reach and he's got a fly speed of 30, so he's going to get right here, I think. 10, 50, no, right here. Then he'll hit you, Ileena, and Volk. So he is going to rush at you, and then he is going to puff out his little icy chest and then exhale this cone of cold ice chips at the 3 of you. So I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Right. 13.
Ooh, 13.
13, yeah. And then one from Volk as well.
Yeah. Dexterity for dexterity save. Okay, so that's +3. 1d20 +3. Oops. Oh. Ooh,
9,
that's only a
okay.
9.
So Volk is the only one that failed, which is okay. You're going to take... It didn't roll damage. I'll roll damage and find out.
2 entire D4.
5. So Volk, you take 5 cold damage. Diana and Ileena only take... Ileena only takes 1 because she's resistant
Yes,
to cold damage.
I only take 1.
Double
Nice.
resistance, which is A-okay. It is then going to chuckle to itself, and we come to the second ice mephit's turn. This mephit is going to fly merrily this way, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he is going to breathe the cone out, hitting Ireena. Actually, he's going to go right there into Volk's range, which will allow him to hit Ireena, Rory, and Redmond with his ice breath as he comes forward. So, dexterity saving throws from the 3 of you, please. Ooh, that's a fail from Ireena.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a
great.
no. That's a fail from Rory.
But everyone
No,
gets
DC 10.
+1.
DC 10 is nothing. Yeah,
Oh, right,
passive.
you're fine.
Damn.
Yeah. So 4.
That's
So
a six.
Ireena and Redmond take 4 cold damage. Rory, you only take 2.
I finally got a good idea. In that I have a little thing where I can track Ireena's HP on my character sheet now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Good thing that I've thought about doing that after complaining about not being able to track it across maps for 30 sessions.
Yeah. Roll20 is a bit of a mess. I'm getting better at it. But, yes. Okay. So the Mephists have had their turn. They've come and they've breathed their nasty cold breath on you. Diana, it is your turn. These guys, by the way, I'm sure you all are familiar with what Mephists look like. But they essentially look like... do you guys have Rankin and Bass claymation Christmas specials where you are? Over in Europe?
No.
Okay, they're a thing over here in North America. So that's not a reference you'll get. Exactly.
They
these
look like
essentially
little
look
old men with wings. Right?
Yeah, basically, like if you could imagine like your stereotypical Christmas elf, but made entirely of ice, and their noses are like this very long drip of cold icicle snot that just sort of extends with gravity out from their face, and they have horrible grins with sharp teeth, and they're just laughing at you as they come at you out of the cold. So that's what you're dealing with. Tiny little 1 foot tall goblin men with long, dripping snot noses of ice.
Do you guys think that these are going to have resistance to fire or be weak to fire?
It seemed like they would melt.
I think,
Yes, but you'd have to get.
you know what, I'm going to go for a wall of fire. Huh?
Okay.
Might be a bit overkill.
Maybe.
I guess
But
even if they're resistant, it doesn't change
Okay,
a
that's
lot
gonna
if it's
be-
a wall of fire.
Dexterity throw. Where would
Yeah.
you like the wall to be?
I'm drawing a line. Right, wait, make that better.
Oh yeah, because you can curve the wall.
That's the line, and the damage is on the side of the methods, obviously.
Okay, beautiful. So you, this is from your helmet, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah, so you pluck a gem out of your helmet and you trace the line in the air with your finger where you want the line to go. This wall of fire erupts in front of you. The ice methods need to make their saves, and they're very important saves because if they fail, bad things will happen. So we'll go left to right, top to bottom. So first up, that's a fail.
It's fair.
That's a success. That's a success.
That's a success, yeah.
That's a fail. Okay,
fail.
so the top left one and the bottom right one both fail. So the damage was 20, right?
20, 20. So that 20 is my action. Yeah.
So the 2 that fail just instantly turn to water and disappear.
Woo!
And then 10 on a success.
Yes, and you watch the fire as it hits them, that a significant portion of them whisks away. So even though they successfully saved, they still take a substantial amount of damage, more than you would have expected from this wall of fire. Because you've seen, it's not that powerful, but these things are just eviscerated by it. The ones that are left are barely holding on.
Okay, good to know. Ice methods are weak to fire.
Yes.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So Ileena, it is your turn next. Sorry, yes.
I think, let me see. I think I'll just... Should we just
Can
leave
I
the
have
wall
my
up?
please?
Then
Yeah,
they
you can
can...
put the wall up, for sure. You
Yeah.
have the ability to draw on the map, right?
Yeah. It was something like that.
Oh, I skipped Rory's turn. I'm sorry. Why is it going all out
And
of
Volk's
order
turn
like
as
that?
well.
Jeez, what is wrong with this?
It's being roll 20, I
Yeah.
think.
Descending order.
Yeah, it's just roll 20
Let's
being
change the
roll
A to
20.
Z. Okay, let's change from A to Z to descending order. 19, 16, 13, 13, 10, 8, 5. Okay, for some reason, Volk, you don't have an initiative. What was your initiative?
I'm in there. I'm 8. The cat isn't supposed to be in there.
Oh, that explains it. Okay.
I always roll my initiative with my regular token, not with whatever
Okay.
animal I'm shifted
Okay.
into.
So I'm sorry, Ileena. You don't go next. Rory goes next. And Volk was 8, so Volk hasn't gone yet. So it is just Rory that I skipped. So Rory, how are you and Ireena doing?
Well, walking is cringe, so I will use Sacred Flame on that guy back here.
True. You absolutely can. It doesn't matter. It's half damage on a successful save, right?
It's 0 damage on a success.
Okay, then it will make this save, or attempt to make this save then. It saved. So it does. It is fine. This bolt of holy light goes over that way. I would like you and Ireena wisdom perception checks, please.
Oh.
Rory, you will probably tell that this thing is back here.
I think I might just drop the wall of fire because they're just doing me about it at the time.
Oh my, Ireena's doing good.
Yeah,
Disadvantage because of the bad sight. Mine should be neutral because I have the advantage from the item, which evens out. Huh.
Okay.
Would you look at that? Ireena did better than me.
So you actually don't hear it, which is probably why you sent that bolt of light off. But as you send that light off, Ireena hears something, and she looks behind you, and she's squinting, scanning against the snow. And she looks at you, and she says, "I heard something. A voice behind us."
Voice. Well, that's it for Rory anyway.
That seems ominous.
And I guess Ireena will not charge up front then, but instead turn around and prepare an attack if something tries to attack us.
Okay. Redmond, you can make the check again on your turn. You wouldn't have heard this, but you obviously, you can tell that they've turned around. Now it is Ileena's turn.
Alright, I will tell the dad, the guy in the back.
Beautiful. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Yep, or take 2d12, because he already took damage. Yeah, he passes.
He passes. All right.
That's it.
Good rolling on their part. So Redmond, Rory and Ireena have turned around. They said they heard, or Ireena said she heard a voice on the wind behind you. Would you like to turn around?
Look. Yeah, I'd like to turn around and look, if that's okay.
Yeah, you certainly can.
Would you like a perception check?
Yeah, go for it. If you would like to do that.
It's a 14.
14. You don't spot anything. But that's not surprising. You're having a hard time seeing things. As a paladin, you have other senses.
I do! Let's go. That's actually, thank you very much, because I am very bad at D&D.
You don't play this game very often, so it's okay.
Thank you.
Smoke. That was smoke in your head.
Of course,
You
yes.
have more than your eyes.
Do
Yeah.
I? Oh, right. I have this.
Divine
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
What do your cleric eyes see?
Yeah, so you don't see it with your eyes, but you catch the scent of undead behind you. It is 60 feet and not behind total cover. You know the type. Okay, so you know it's undead. You know it's roughly, well, it's within 60 feet behind you. You don't know particularly where it is in the snow.
I'm dead 60 feet behind us. Okay, that's funny. And then, so that's no, it's an action, and that'll be at my turn.
Okay. So Redmond has warned you guys, I assume, of the dead.
Yes, of course. There's some undead about 60 feet behind us, everyone. Be on guard. Might not go hostile, though.
Volk is up next.
Alright. Can't really do much of the Volk. I am looking forward to the day when I cast spells as an animal. It's probably not going to be in this game, so it'll never happen. Not enough levels. Alright, let's drop the shape. So I kind of hop off of, Diana's shoulder and turn into myself. And this is what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, let's do this. So as an action, I cast Flaming Sphere.
Beautiful. Second level conjuration spell.
Yeah. Make
a nature check real quick as you're casting this spell.
Sure. Nature. Ugh. Intelligence.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
a 10.
You gain no special insight into these creatures.
Nah. I'm going to cast it. I'm gonna make it like 30 feet away from this ice method, and then use my bonus action. No, I use my bonus action to unwild shape. Never mind. I just make it right on top of the dude.
Okay. So you create a
Basically.
flaming sphere, which means at the start of his turn he needs to make a save, right? Creature that ends
5
its
foot
turn.
diameter, unoccupied space. Yeah, that's kind of silly. But
No, that's good. You summon
Yeah.
the sphere.
it shows up.
Yeah. So a ball of fire ignites in the space right there. Diana, you cut the wall up, or did you not keep the wall up?
I dropped the wall.
Drop the wall. Okay. So this ball of fire erupts from where the wall had previously vanished, and the Mephit looks at it terrified. But that is your turn. We come to
Yep.
this unseen creature's turn. Sorry, 1 second. I need to redo something. Something broke. Because roll 20 is roll 20. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Okay. So on this unseen creature's turn,
It does something.
it does something. Oh, it's still broken. Anyway, the name on the initiative tracker is wrong, so I'm not going to bother trying to fix it anymore. Okay, so on its turn, is going to move. You can't tell. Divine Sense. How long is Divine Sense for? Is it just an action, or does it linger?
It's just an action. You basically just
End
get a
of your
ping.
next turn. Okay. So you feel this undead approaching you, Redmond.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me know
it is
if any of us
it
see
is
it.
getting closer. You still see no sight of it. It is getting closer rapidly, and then all of a sudden is right upon you.
Oh, what the fuck?
But you still have no sight of it.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think it's just going to hang out there for now. But it is oppressive how close this thing is to you.
So it's like right 5 feet in front of me, but I can't see it.
Yes. Also, the armor, the sword, and your gloves are all very confused and very upset and a little scared.
Ah, shit. Okay, this is fine.
You know it's there. You have no sight of it, and you can't tell that it's there with any of your senses. You also haven't heard anything else.
I'll lightly call out to
Spooky.
it, and then, yeah, just as a thing, and then that'll be it.
Okay. We jump then to Ice Mephit. This Ice Mephit still has his cold breath. He is going to chuckle a little less heartily than he did earlier. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then he is going to exhale cold breath, trying to hit. I think Ireena might be in range of that. Yep, so he's going to hit Ireena, Ilena, and Diana, and Volk with his frost breath. So can I get dex saves from the line?
Really?
As he tries to breathe upon you.
Where do you say?
Dex save's not going well today.
Today is not your day.
Oh, yeah.
But look on the bright side. It was a lot of bad saves on
It's
things
only
that don't do a lot
DC
of
10.
damage.
It's only DC 10, so you're all probably going to be fine.
Nope.
Except for
You never
Rory.
hit. No, Rory didn't get
Oh,
hit.
sorry,
She
Ireena.
was-
There we go.
Ooh.
So Ireena takes 7 cold. The rest of you only take 3 cold. Ilena, of course, takes only 1 cold
Yes.
as it exhales upon you. The other Mephit goes next, right back at the top of the order. He, seeing that things aren't going too well, is going to crack his knuckles and begin spinning in a circle, chanting as loud as he can. It is nonsense speak. It is not recognizable as any language. It's the sound of ice hitting each other on the open waters. It is actually kind of bizarre to hear it as language. Okay. So this is the ability it's using. Summon other methods. 25% chance of summoning 1d4. So I believe that means I roll a d4, and if it's a 4, it can then summon 1d4. I think is what that means.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is going to pray to whatever god this elemental creature prays to. It is not successful.
Thank God we're not going to get overrun by a little, guy.
So it spends its actions spinning in a circle, trying to summon more of its kind. It is unsuccessful. It then pouts and juts a little finger. It's only got 3 fingers, but it still manages to flip the bird off at the sky above it. Diana, it is your turn. You are looking at 2 little
Okay.
icy men, and you know that Ireena, Diana, and Rory... Ireena, Rory, and...
Wouldn't
two
one
main
of them
characters.
take some fire damage from the flaming sphere?
Oh, you're right. It didn't move because it used its action to
Yeah.
try to summon. I'm sorry. Thank you for the
Hey.
reminder.
Big damage.
Is it half
how
damage?
much do I roll?
It's half damage on success.
Yeah, it has 1 hit point, so it's dead.
Nice.
It disintegrates.
Nice.
into
You know,
water.
with that summon methods thing, I'm kind of glad I got rid of 2 of them immediately, because...
Yeah, it could've
Yeah,
gone-
exactly.
It could have gone bad. So it disintegrates into ice.
Nice.
I'll just shout the guys in the back. Are you all okay? What is something
Yes.
happening?
There's a undead something spooky comes this way.
Where about? You know, a general area?
And I'll point right in front of me.
You don't know
Okay,
exactly where. You know it's within 5 feet of you now.
I will cast fairy fire there.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you know if they have to make a save for that?
They make a dex save. I don't know if they fail, but if they do, they're visible
Okay.
and can't turn invisible.
Okay. I believe, yeah, I'm still on GM roll. Okay.
It's a DC 14.
Okay. You don't see anything light up in that area that you specified.
Okay. That's my action.
I'd like them right next to me.
That leaves that will leave these spaces.
Unless
Or
it
on
made
top
it
of
safe.
you. Oh, unless
unless
it's made safe.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark is a creature I can see, so that's not going to work next.
I will say,
think...
since you know it's within 5 feet of Redmond, do you want to move your fairy fire? You will have to hit your Rory and Redmond as well, but you can hit the whole area if you want to make sure that it makes it safe.
Would you guys be alright with me doing that?
Oh, sure.
I'll do it, and then I can immediately drop concentration if I don't, I guess.
Okay. In that case, what was your save again?
14.
14. It rolled a 13. So this space right here, Redmond, you see the glimmering outline of a figure hovering in the air in front of you in this space to your left.
Exciting.
And then you guys would both have to make the save as well.
Yes.
What was it? Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You're okay.
There's a +1 on this.
There is, because you're Luckstone.
That's a 5.
Oh.
So Redmond lights up with violet, is it, for Diana?
Yeah, violet.
Violet, yeah.
Fabulous.
Pale violet.
Like a glowing moss-like fluorescent.
Right. And then did you want to drop your concentration? Or do you want to keep it?
No, I'll keep it up since I hit it. Where did you say it was?
This
there?
space right here.
I'll move down there then.
You know what? I'm going to grab this. I'll make a little thingy. It's not reachable just yet. But we can do this to represent where it is standing.
Alright.
So there you go. It is there.
And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
You did not make the ice method's turn, so it cannot get an opportunity attack. So yeah,
Yep.
jump to Rory.
I would like to turn on that.
You are welcome to.
So
It has to
DC
save,
should
correct?
be 16. Yes, DC 16 wisdom saving throw, or it becomes feared and must run away.
Oh, it rolled a 19.
Damn.
So it is okay.
Damn.
You hold up the holy symbol of Ravenkind. The sunlight shines into that space, but the figure does not react in terror as you wished.
Not gonna lie, the turn on that so far in this campaign has not been very good. It was good to get rid of the shadows, which would have killed Rory with like 2 hits, but
Sometimes it's good.
besides that, I feel like everyone always makes this ace. Unfortunate. And then Ireena will move in and... Will she just smack the thing?
She can attempt to.
Does the thing seem like it wants to... It didn't attack yet.
Why don't Ireena can make a religion check?
That she will do. 10.
She has no idea. Whatever this thing is, it is currently intangible, but she has no further insight than that. If she would like to attack that space to try to hit it, she certainly can try.
She will hold action. She will do the same thing as before, prepared action to hit if that thing tries to attack us.
Okay, so if it attacks somebody else, she will attack it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Ileena.
Alright.
Volk says, I'll take care of the muffet.
Then, I will change what I wanted to do, and I will just, I'll hold my action to toll the dead.
Okay. When it appears.
The undead. Yep.
Okay. All right, then we drop down to Redmond. This thing got a 5 on initiative, so it's way at the end.
I will say, hello, are you friendly?
You receive no response. Would you like to do something further?
I would like to grapple it, but I will...
Okay.
So I roll to attack, right?
Yeah, and then if you successfully hit, you can forego the damage to automatically grapple.
Brilliant. So it's normal because it's advantage from fairy fire, disadvantage from, not being seen.
Invisible, yeah. So
Yeah.
normal roll.
Okay. And I really should have set up a macro for this.
Yeah.
27.
So you reach right for it. You get to the point where you would get this thing in a headlock, but your hands pass right through the space.
Oh. Okay.
You can make a religion check if you would like.
Yes, please.
Now
Maybe
that
it's like
you've
a folk
interacted
thing.
with it. No idea. As far as you're
I
concerned,
have
you've got
not-
it. You think you have it.
Yeah, I
on
have
the
not
ropes.
rolled well at all on any of this.
It's on the ropes.
It's on the ropes. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, I will like to... No, I won't do anything. That's fine. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Volk, you have your turn, and then it will go.
Bonus action. Slam.
Slam. It cannot succeed well enough on this not to instantly die, so it is reduced to water as well. You've destroyed the methods.
And then I kind of come over to be like, what's going on over here?
You see Redmond is trying to wrestle with a shimmering outline of a woman or a person who seems not to be reacting to him in any way whatsoever.
Can I make a
Religion check?
check? I have horrible religion, but I'll make the check anyway.
9, okay. No idea. No idea.
Alright.
But now it is this unseen creature's turn. So you see the glowing image of this creature passes right through Redmond like he's not even there, to the other side of him. And then, what is its movement? God damn, that's a lot of movement. So Redmond, you feel, even as you're not looking at it, where it's roughly moving away from you now. The rest of you can see the glowing image of this figure move off. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50. It is headed this way at a leisurely pace, but it's not. It's moving substantially quicker than you lot. It just doesn't seem to be in much of a rush.
Do we get opportunity attacks?
You can certainly make one, yes.
Okay.
It will leave everybody's range except Volk, so you can all make opportunity attacks if you would like.
This is very strange. I don't know if we should.
Let's not hit things we don't understand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
If it doesn't sort of fight us, let's not fight us. Let's
Yeah.
not fight it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we then jump to Diana's turn. So Diana, you can see the figure of this person, this invisible, intangible person, moving away from you. But once it reaches about 40 feet away from you, it stops and seems to shimmer and turn back towards you.
I'm going to run over to it again.
Okay.
40 feet, exactly my movement.
Yeah, you get right up on it. And you can see it's roughly your size. It would maybe be a little shorter, but it's at eye level with you because it's hovering off the ground.
I'll just say, what is it that you want?
You get no response from it. Would you like to do anything else?
No. Yeah. I won't do anything else.
Okay. Back to Rory and Ireena. So I will allow you both to make religion checks if you would like, Mia, since you've both encountered this thing before.
We did.
Well, you've interacted with it at this point, I should say, not encountered it before. Okay,
is
so
all I've got.
Rory, you're the one with whom it clicks. You know ghosts can enter the ethereal plane, where they are only affected by some types of magic. Ghosts are also not always hostile. They would also register as undead to Paladin senses. So it clicks for you that this is probably some kind of ghost.
Oh, maybe some. Yeah. It makes
Or
sense
traveler
considering that
who
she
died
had
on the...
It might just be the ghost of one of the adventurers that tried to get up here. Maybe another
Yeah.
one of the party from
Some poor
the
traveler.
Tiefling that we found.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have to or should attack it. It doesn't seem hostile, or at least doesn't attack us.
But maybe it wants us to follow it in some way.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think we should.
Okay. It sounds to me like we're going to drop out of initiative then, if you're not going to be fighting it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you're not going to fight it, my next question is, what would you like to do with it? It is currently shimmering there. Unless Diana drops concentration, you can still see the outline of this figure floating in the air. It seems to be moving a bit of a distance away from you and then stopping. How would you like to interact with it? Do you want to ignore it? What are we doing?
Clearly it wants us to follow it.
Yeah, just following it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will give you advantage on the tracking check then. Anybody can make a survival check to try to follow it. The blizzard is picking up as you move. So it's going to be a little hard. But because Diana has Fairy Fire on it and it failed its save, you're going to have advantage so it cancels out. So
That's
flat
only going to
survival check
last
to
a
track.
minute. So
Oh, that's
how
good.
far is it going?
You're going to have to follow this thing for roughly 10 minutes if you successfully follow it.
Okay. As the Fairy Fire ends, can I guess Hunter's Mark on it?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
I will do that then.
All right. Beauty.
And that'll give us advantage on tracking it.
Yeah. So anybody that would like to can make a tracking check to try to follow this thing in the blizzard.
Yeah.
But,
I guess,
Tracking
like,
survival?
Yes. So who has the best
is it a
survival?
group roll?
I
No,
have
this is
10.
going to be one person
Okay.
who's going to be up in front of the group.
I have
Okay.
a +6, and I'll have advantage from Hunter's Mark.
Okay. So it seems like Diana's going to be the best option to do this.
I have a plus
Better.
10.
+6 or with advantage or +10 at neutral. I don't know.
It would
I think +10.
+10? Okay.
Yeah.
I think statistically
it's +5
the advantage is better, but
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
Yeah,
the-
well, if I turn back into an Arctic fox, I will have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing. So maybe I could utilize my animal senses as a fox to
Well, you
possibly give me
you already have advantage because of the hunter's mark. You won't get
not my hunter's mark.
you won't get double advantage. It only stacks once.
No. What I mean is, it's not my hunter's mark. So would I get that benefit?
Yeah, it would only...
It's moving quick enough. I'm going to rule that one person is going to be able to keep up with it at any given time for it to matter. So
Makes
one
sense.
of you will have to make the
Yeah.
check. It's also not moving
Okay.
very far, so you've only got time for one person to pick up the trail, sort of a thing.
I think you...
Well, no.
you
What I
know.
mean is, would I get the advantage from the hunter's mark because I'm not the one casting him?
You wouldn't get the advantage from Diana's hunter's mark, but if you wanted to cast your own hunter's mark, you absolutely can.
I don't think I have hunter's mark.
It's not on
So-
the Druid list, so unless it's from your
Yeah,
app.
no. Which is why I was reasoning that maybe my Arctic fox senses could give me advantage.
Okay.
I was trying to convince you to give me advantage.
This thing is not currently in the material plane, so it probably
Right.
your beastly senses aren't going to give you much help here. You would need something magical
Right.
to be able to actually reach it.
Should I just make a
so-
check? It's,
Do I
Sounds like
want
Diana
advantage
should
6 or flat 10?
6 with advantage is like an average of 11.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
Oh my god.
With the 12. You do your best. You get within a decent chunk of where this thing wanted to go, but you lose sight of it just at the last minute.
Good.
It led you up the trail quite a bit off of the path. It's going to be a survival check to get back on the path, but while you're up here, would you like to try to look again? Now somebody else can help out, but it's going to be a little bit harder because its journey is done. It stopped wherever it stopped. You don't know exactly where it is, and you're looking at features
I'll try.
of
Yeah.
white.
Volk,
Yes. So Volk, yeah, go for it. Survival.
There we fucking go!
Oh my
That's a
god.
natural idea.
That's a 29 from Volk.
Yeah.
So Diana loses sense of where it is. But Volk, your fox nose catches a scent. It is a scent of death. So you are able to track this. You find that there's a depression in the snow, a little off the beaten trail, where it looks like there was a substantial amount of melting at one point. About 30 feet around, there's this just depression, like a crater almost, but it is full of, it looks like snow melted in this crater, and there's just sort of a bowl of ice that's refrozen, and at the center of this bowl is the corpse of an adventurer, as you suspected. The body is hard to identify. It is wearing what looks like scraps of black clothing, but this massive tattered black robe has sort of been completely frozen and packed down with years of ice and snow, and its features of its face are completely hidden behind this massive black witch's hat that's just sort of fallen and frozen in place over its face. But the thing that is recognizable or distinct about this pile of rags that's frozen at the middle of this crater is a staff that has seemed to be unaffected by the cold. Its point has been stuck in the snow at the epicenter of this crater, and this staff is sticking up. I will drop a picture of it, which will also give you the name of the staff.
The witch!
Staff of the Trash Coven. So this is a black, shoddily crafted looking. It looks homemade. This staff of metal has been driven into the ground. The top of it, there's this crescent moon with odd symbols on it. These symbols vaguely look fiendish, but they also look like, if you could imagine what a child trying to write Latin in crayon looks like, is what these are. It's not recognizable as language. But the center of this crater, this corpse of a witch is holding this staff where it has buried in the center of this circle of glazed ice. And Diana, you can tell that this is where the spirit was leading you. It's in this area.
Okay.
Volk kind of looks at it as like, well, this is interesting.
Perhaps we should take the body and put it to rest at the end of the temple.
Yes,
I think that's a good idea.
I would agree.
I'll pick up the chunk of ice and just carry it in my hands.
Yeah. You pull in and crack it over, and this body hasn't had a chance to really decompose, which is why Volk could smell it.
Mm-hmm.
So the body, as you turn it over, seems freshly dead, even though it's clearly been here for a long time. You see the pale and well-scarred face of a tiefling looking up at you. Her face is ashen white. There's zero color in it. There's no pigment in her features whatsoever. And there are two tiny little white horns that poke out just above her eyebrows. There are little holes cut in the front of her hat so that her horns can poke out through the hat.
So here's the thing, right? It's frozen, I assume, after death, right?
Yeah.
Would revivify work? Revivify.
You can make a religion check, or you can just try it.
I don't know shit. So I will pose this question. Sorry?
I don't think we have the components.
Okay, I'll do
We don't have the diamonds, but...
So I say to the party, friends, I don't know how this magic stuff works, but if you were to cast that spell that resurrects people dead, would that work here?
I believe most of those spells require a certain time limit between death and resurrection. There are a couple that don't, but they're a bit hard to access.
Yeah. Nature check from you, Volk, as you say
this.
They're quite expensive as well. We've only ever come across one diamond capable of casting those kinds of spells.
Yeah. With a 20, you can estimate this body's been here for about 11 years.
Revivify requires death
1 minute.
in the last minute.
This
There's
is also not
reincarnate,
going to cut it.
Yeah, there's nothing we have
Probably-
at our disposal.
Yeah, it's
There's
either reincarnate.
which is 10 days.
Yeah.
So
But I think like true resurrection is the only thing that can bring us back.
it's been here for about 11
much?
years. Did anybody check the body at the tower? The guard?
I did.
Yeah. Did you determine time of death as well?
You described it as a creature that is already only bones.
Yes. Do you want to
I think
retroactively
also Tiefling
make
for
a
physics.
nature check to see if you can estimate how long that adventurer was dead up there? Another
Okay.
20. Yeah. Also roughly 11 years. They're from the same adventuring party.
Oh,
No.
It's just
Then I would actually-
she happened to die in a blizzard. He died, facing a cliff where the wind could strip all the skin from his bones.
Yeah.
He
I
also
would like
died by
to-
burning, where she died by freezing. So very different process.
Imagine the Tiefling dying by burning.
I know, right?
No, it was a Skizix, because he had Skizix plate. So it's different. Anyway, we can certainly lay the body to rest at the Ember Temple. I would still like to do the rite of passage right here, because I feel like this person has been wandering this mountain for long
Yeah,
enough.
go for it. You, like before,
This time,
you can do the rite of
last time I
passage.
did...
The size of spell slot you sacrifice to send her to the afterlife, or to whatever afterlife she's set for. The size of spell slots will determine how it goes.
Yeah, last time I did the first level one. This time I would like to try a third level spell slot with the rite of passage.
With that, you do your rite of passage. You're sitting here in the snow. You actually, being at the base of this sort of glazed over crater, weirdly sheltered from the wind, it's actually a bit of a cozy place. So you have no problems doing this rite of passage. You feel the spell energy go out of you, and the spirit actually manifests in front of you, this ghost. She is a little more put together than her friend was. I'll drop a picture of a vibe of what her ghost would look like. She doesn't look like this, obviously. She looks like a white tiefling dressed in trash bags and with a big hat on her head.
It's pretty funny.
But that's the vibe.
It's actually
how
just
old
a
is
Redmond.
she?
What's that?
It's
How
actually
old
just
does she look?
She's a trash maid.
That's a
Instead of a
great
frost
question.
maid.
If you would like to make, we'll call it an insight check to judge, because one, she's not much of her features are visible under all of her robes, and also she's a ghost. So, pretty hard insight check.
23.
Sorry.
Okay. With a 23, it's hard to tell. Age-wise, she doesn't look much older than like maybe a 25.
Yeah,
But
I was thinking
there's
she was very
something else
experienced.
about her that looks like she's been through much, much more than that. Like, physically, roughly 25, but there's some wrinkling around her eyes. You don't know what she went through, but it was not pleasant.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay.
with a third level spell slot, the ghost will manifest to you. Helped along by the fact that she's actually physically manifested as a ghost, whereas the other one you were calling the spirit from the ether. The ghost will manifest before you, and it gasps a little bit, and you have an opportunity to interact with it.
Does Rory want to say anything first, or the other one?
We found
it's
your
Rory.
friend at the base of the mountain. We put him to rest as well. So wherever he went, he might be waiting for you there.
Oh no, dear, he died. She covers her eyes. She says, "I remember. He died. We were going to the temple. We were going to bring him back. We were going to bring Paladin back, and he died. I just ran.
I'm so
ran.
sorry.
I ran, and they caught me.
Who's they?
Who's they?
The ice creatures from the wind. This
my
nasty
head?
little elf people with long pointy noses.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I'm sorry this happened to you.
I know magic. I should have been able to kill Mephits. But they got me. Surprised me. I was alone. You're so cold.
I'm so sorry. We'll put you to rest so you won't be cold anymore.
She sniffs.
Hopefully
And,
you...
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. He's hoping you and your friend will be peaceful in the afterlife.
She sniffs and snorts and rubs a hand across her face, and you can clearly see a shimmering trail of snot on her hand as she wipes her face, and she says, I never got to tell him, you know. When you love somebody, you never get to tell him.
Sometimes we get second chances in the world beyond.
Do you think so?
I think so. And I'll kind of go over and kind of like put my hand on the, I imagine, frozen and ethereal shoulder.
Yeah.
Sometimes life finds a way to make it up to us.
Well, I sure hope so, because we went through a lot of shit. Bad stuff.
Yeah.
You and Barovia.
Strahd's a big bad guy.
I think that it will bring you some peace to know that currently he is dead.
Well, good. Hey, before I go, you want any snacks? She starts looking around her ethereal robes, and she produces a little, what would have been a cookie at one point, but it's ghostly, and she holds it out to you, Redmond. She says, "Want a snack?"
Oh. Yes, I'd love it. Thank you very much. I imagine I can't. Can I take it?
Yeah, you can hold out your hand, and she drops it in your hand. Of course, as soon as she lets go of it, it just vanishes. But she seems satisfied by that, and she says, "Well," she scratches her face, "off to the beyond, I guess. Hope there's no dustmen over there."
Dustmen?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No.
She turns away and...
Wait.
Say hello to the census for us.
I have no idea who that is.
I think you'll meet him, probably.
You see she squints for a second and looks around, and you could just spot that there are little ethereal flies buzzing around her head, and she says, "I can't believe they came with me." And then she shimmers and disappears as she goes on to the afterlife.
Dustmen? Dustmen?
Yeah.
Dustman?
Yeah.
What's Dustman?
Anybody? This is going to be an extremely hard check if only Selena was here. Let's get an Arcana check if you would like to try to see what the hell that's about.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Natural 20!
Actually,
Oh, natural 20!
Hey! Do you have -2?
I have a +2.
Yeah.
Oh no, Ireena didn't get that.
Okay.
No, I called it, but I didn't get it, unfortunately.
So this is from another plane. I had the DC set at 24. Because this is a colloquial term for something from a different plane of existence that none of you have been to. I know you can't crit on ability checks, but that's pretty clutch. So I'll tell you, Diana. You can remember Selena and Strahd talking about Sigil, the City of Doors.
Yeah.
You probably overheard in that conversation them mention the Dustmen are the collectors of the dead. You don't know much more than that, but the Dustmen are a race of, or a caste of Grim Reaper type creatures that live in Sigil, the City of Doors. So with that connection, you would reason wherever this tiefling came from was probably Sigil, the City of Doors. Since that's a slang term from there.
Nice.
I will tell this I'll say that to everyone.
Oh.
And Rory, of course, you would, sorry.
Yeah, that probably explains why he had that sword if he was also from Sigil.
That's so strange. It's the first time hearing about this, these different realms, this sigil, this Barovia, this Fabled Lands place. It's so strange that there's, people living their lives parallel to us.
When you live outside of the Sword Coast, tends to bleed over quite a bit. A lot of openings to the abyss and the Underdark.
Maybe one day I'll have to go and visit them all, like a little adventure. That'd be nice.
One may say that it's a planescape.
Title card.
Ireena smiles and she says, I think that would fit you, Redmond. Wandering the multiverse, helping everyone you come across. Like some sort of traveling superhero.
Okay. Shall we carry on? I don't want to stand in this cold much longer.
You certainly can.
Grief, I forgot I was muted again.
It is.
I'd probably come along with you. I think it'd be fun.
That was to Redmond, I assume.
Yes.
There we go. Potential spin-off. Redmond and Volk traveling
Yeah.
the multiverse, arguing about ethics. But yes, you certainly can move on. Do you want to take any of her... You want to take her remains, obviously. How about her equipment?
We should take her to bury her with it, right?
Magical staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not looting bodies, right? We're the good guys.
Yeah, we're the good guys. Apart from like Rahadin's body and like Strahd's body and like.
Oh yeah.
And that other adventurer Diath's body and his sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, if she's dead, she can't use it.
Yeah, exactly. We're not looters,
It's
but she
like-
can't use it anyways.
No
Yes,
offense
but
to
we're not-
her, but her staff did not look the most useful.
Take it and put it in her
Should
grave.
probably examine its
Yes.
capabilities.
If
we
if you
take
want
it as
to
a
take a
good-
short rest, you are out of the wind here, so you won't need to take a survival check if you have a short rest in here. If you want to just vibe on this staff and see what it
Yeah.
does, obviously there's not much use of a short rest because you don't have much hit dice gone. You didn't take much damage, but if you want to, you can take your time. I will say it is going into the afternoon at this point. You don't know how much further the temple is, but dark is about 4 hours away, 4 or 5 hours away.
I think we should just keep moving until we reach the temple.
Makes sense, actually, considering it's getting dark.
Agree.
Okay. So for the next leg of the journey, we're going to need more survival checks. But before you make them, establish yourselves. How are you going to fight this? Because we're now dropping into Arctic territory levels of coldness. Ileena's equipment that helped you keep you warm up to this point isn't going to be much help moving forward from here. So you'll be making the checks with no advantage from here on out from that.
I'm gonna fox up again.
If needs be, I can cast a rope trick, make an extra dimensional space, and that'll give us an hour to rest. Just completely outside of the cold.
True.
It'll just be like a moderate temperate environment in there,
Okay.
I imagine.
I like that idea.
You could also take a short rest in there if need be.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really help.
Yeah, I don't know
You're
anything.
getting to the temple before dark, though.
Yeah, I don't have anything
An
to
hour.
actually help us also traveling.
Okay.
Let me look through my existing spells.
Nothing for me.
I believe Ireena is the only person who's taken an exhaustion level from the cold so far.
No,
Right? Or is
Cher's
that
didn't.
Rory? Who did?
No.
Roy did.
Rory. Okay.
Yep.
So for this next one, the cold resistance to cold will still give you advantage, Ileena.
Alrighty. That's good to hear.
Yeah, because that's a magical effect that is flat. Doesn't matter how bad the weather gets, you'll always get that effect.
Yeah.
I could cast Conjure Animals, and get us some mounts that can carry us a little further.
Interesting.
For an
Speed up
hour.
your way quite a bit. Are the mounts spectral, or do they have physical form?
Fey spirits that take the form of beasts.
Okay, so they are like tangible as beasts.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to sacrifice that resource, you certainly can. Depending on what you summon, I will tell you how that affects your rolls.
Well, I can summon 8 beasts of challenge rating quarter or lower, And guess what giant owls are?
Ooh.
Quarter. So I cast Conjure Animals and summon 8 giant owls that we can ride up the slope.
Okay.
Are
And
giant owls good
that.
against the colds?
they are Arctic.
Nice.
That won't-
Environment Arctic.
Yeah. That won't help you against
and-
the cold, but it will make your journey a little quicker. So what I'll say is I'll lower the DC
Well,
a little bit, but you
the-
won't have advantage because it won't help you from warmer.
and
You'll just be
they-
out here less long.
We can snuggle in their warm feathers.
Do
While we're
owls have
riding on their
bunny
backs.
feathers?
You're pushing it a bit.
Yeah, that's not really
Yeah, no. But
we're
I
talking
do.
the thing
I
levels
can-
of cold here. It's a little much.
Yeah.
The thing levels are cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will expend that resource and cast.
Okay.
Is it windy or is it like? Is it windy or is it like a dry cold?
It comes and goes. Right now, coming out of the area where the Tiefling's corpse was, it becomes a dry cold again. But you can see there's more areas of blizzard up ahead. Also, every once in a while, you can see in the distance there are little avalanches that will sometimes kick off. So depending on your encounter roll, it could get much worse. But flying will definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. Okay, let's do the flying.
So yeah, no,
So
I
yours will make
will.
fun.
Yeah, I'll lower the DC.
They last for an hour, but if needed, I can cast it again a couple times.
Yeah. So last time the DC was 16. The DC this time would have been 18. I'm going to lower it to a 17 because you're going to be spending an hour less time out here. So now it's a constant 17. So another fail from Rory, a fail from Red.
That's a 16.
Oh,
What? Ireena's still succeeding.
even with advantage, Ileena failed.
I swear to God.
Okay, so that's one level of exhaustion to everybody except Ireena and Diana.
Diana goes dead.
That's what I
Is there
get,
a
guys.
tracker for that on here or no?
There should.
You
Alright,
can-
you have to go into the settings and enable
Okay.
it. I believe I always forget where it is.
It's
Yeah,
in the
on
character sheet settings.
Yeah, on the very far right, near the bottom, it's just called Show Exhaustion Tracker.
Level 1 exhaustion isn't that bad. You're looking at. Let me see here.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Yes.
But Rory's at 2, which
Rory
is
now
half
has second level, which is half speed. As well.
Ileena is at 2 as
Does
well.
Ileena need to roll?
Yes, Ileena
Yeah.
had advantage from the ring, but she rolled a 1 and
And a 3.
I thought she was
Yeah.
immune because she's undead.
she
I'm
was
not
from
immune
the
to cold.
lighter cold. From the
Ah.
second check onward, it was cold enough where it was physically interfering with her body's ability to function. Even if she doesn't feel frostbite, it will still cause her joints to stop working. Even if she doesn't feel it.
Speed halving isn't till the second level.
Yes. So Rory and
Ariadne.
Ileena are at half speed right now.
That's
You're on the
what's
back
up.
of a
Yeah.
an
Ireena
owl
will.
for some of it.
Ireena will put her arm around you in a big hug, and she will pull her cloak, such flimsy though it may be, around you and hold you close to her chest, and she will say, "I'm so sorry, my love. We will warm up soon. I swear. We will have a nice big fire. I will find a way to summon hot chocolate, even if I have to kill somebody." She kisses you on the forehead.
Thank you, my dear.
Just don't die.
It's gonna be hard. Just used to the code.
Just don't
It's
die
all.
again.
It was a lot easier when I was vampire, and the code didn't really bother me anyway.
She nods. So yeah, with the owls, you're able to fly above quite a bit of the danger. You're speeding your way up there. We need one more encounter table. So obviously you're up here. You're freezing. Diana, do you want to continue leading the party? Volk did summon the owls, so if you want to swap out who's at the head of the party, you certainly can.
Not leave the party if they would like.
Okay. So Volk, you will make the encounter table this time. Do you have any way that you can think of to help? Although you are flying.
Well, to be honest, we are flying. That should help already.
So since
A
you're
lot
up
of
off
the
the ground-
ground-based stuff.
Advantage. So you roll 2d12, and I will give you a vague description of what each will get you on the encounter table, and you can choose which you would like to have encounter with.
All right. Let's roll 2d12. I got a
Hey.
12.
A 12 and a 16.
A 6.
A 6, sorry.
12 and a 6. You can't get a 16 on
Okay.
a...
Oh, interesting. This is feast or famine. You are in the air, so it's up to you how you want to handle either of them. Classic Song of Ice and Fire. Do you want to encounter something that is elementally cold or something that is elementally hot?
I would like the elementally hot right now.
Hot.
Let's go... What do you guys think? Let's go with hot.
Hot.
We'll warm us up a little.
In
I would like the
that
fire one
case-
because I have resistance against it and I'm freezing.
Beautiful. In that case, let me just check this stat sheet real quick. It does not have any ranged attacks. And since you're in the air, you're going to spot it. The potential to spot it before it can do anything about you. So, Volk, since you are the one who made the roll, I would like you to make a wisdom perception check as you are flying. Are you in
Alright.
changeling form at the moment, or are you an animal?
Yeah, I had to be to cast the spell, and I don't think I had any shapes.
Okay. So it'll just be your regular wisdom perception then.
Right, but at disadvantage because I'm a zo.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a natural one.
Yeah, still you got an 11. That's still not bad at all.
Good perception.
What you see a trail of steam in the snow below you. It looks like what's the word? Like termites. You know how when you strip bark off a tree, there's like little trails where the termites burrow
Yeah.
under the wood? That, but with steam on the snow below you.
Fascinating.
That is what you see. But you are well above it, so it is entirely up to you whether you want to go down and investigate.
I mean, I don't think Volk would be interested in investigating. They're just like, let's get this journey over with. So they'll kind of like vaguely mention, oh, that's it. But unless somebody else inquires as to what they mean by, oh, that's interesting, they won't go any further into it.
Yeah, so there's the
Rory used to call for that.
Fair enough. Anybody else want to question further why Volk said something was interesting?
No, I think we just want to carry on.
Okay. Very well.
Oh,
You carry on the trail of steam uninvestigated, and you finally reach the end of the path. You see, etched into the cliff face, I'm going to open up the overhead here real quick so I can drop a picture for reference to give you some vibes. Up in the cliff face, you see there is recessed over a small chasm, a ornately sculpted stone temple facade. In each of the alcoves in this facade are statues of elven deities. Diana, you would recognize them pretty readily as archaic versions of Coralon and Lolth and Illustre even. Why can't I think of other elven deities? But they're the entire lot of them, the entire Zeldarine. But they're all there, including Lolth. So this is a temple from pre-Sundering. They're all standing on this temple facade. These statues at one point would have been plated in gold, but the majority of the gold plating on them has flaked away, leaving bare stone underneath. But they are standing there recessed, shaded under the rock. You can just barely see the sunlight as it dips towards sunset behind you. You can just barely see the facade in the shadow from where the sun is setting. You have arrived at the Amber Temple. How would you like to approach this place?
inside.
Think we just go right up to the front door and see if we can pry it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can fly down and land in front of the temple. Wizard perception checks from everybody, please. Also, I couldn't shrink this map anymore, so it may chug a little bit because it's bigger than 25 by 25.
Perception.
Oh, that's all good.
Ooh, even with disadvantage, that's a 22.
Goddamn.
Oh yeah, I have this disadvantage, so I got 19.
Yep. 17 with disadvantage.
All right. Well, it's not that hard to spot. So the majority of you do catch sight of it. The entrance to the temple, there are doors in front of it closed, obviously. And it looks like it would dip down, going down into the temple, like down into the mountainside. But beyond those doors, which are very clearly shut, you can see that there's a crack. It looks like there was an avalanche at one point up here, and there's a split in the mountainside, and it looks like part of the temple facade has fallen away, and you can see that there's a crack that leads into the temple from the side as well.
Okay.
Back door?
Back door is probably the safest bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Why is this Diana only got 20 hit points?
that's weird. Yeah, you should have 70. What's that about?
Yeah. I'll just add it to manually. Oh, there we go.
Fixed it.
Thank you.
All right. So, you've arrived. Oh, I put Ileena on the wrong layer. There we go. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I meant to
No
put you
worries.
in front so we can actually see you. I'm going to delete, or I'm going to hide everybody's name tags so we can actually see tokens. There we go. Okie doke. So you've arrived. You wanted to head in the back entrance?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just pull out the source book here.
Come on, me.
Yeah, as we're going inside, can I kind of like discreetly pull Redmond aside?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just, I'll say to you, I probably don't have to explain to you that this might be one of the most dangerous things we've done. This is the genesis of everything that's happened to us. This is where it all began. And I don't think I have to explain how powerful that sword you carry is. With that said, if anything were to happen to me specifically, I don't want you to use it on me. If anyone else dies, if anything happens to them, feel free, but there are ways to revive me. There is only one way to turn someone from a Drider to a Drow again. And if possible, I would like to save that for my sister.
I look at Dan in the eyes and say, I understand. I must admit that, and I'm so sorry to say this, but that decision is it's not mine to make, unfortunately. And it's like Redmond freezes for a second, as if almost kind of horrified. I will do my best. As I have always done, I will do my best. I will do my best to help your situation.
What do you mean? It's not yours to make?
That within the sword is a person named Smoke, and I've got along really well with them, and I'm lucky to call them my friend. They have insisted that this is how, if that ability is used, then they will perish and the sword will crumble. And they've insisted that that call is mine to make, but I do not feel comfortable with that. With that said, I will think about this, Diana. And I promise, like I have always promised, while I am here, no one else will die. I promise this.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't do more, but I will make up for it.
You don't need to apologize.
I know.
Can't save everyone though.
I beg to differ. As long as I've been around so far, no one has died. That we could have saved later.
I think we've been very lucky.
Perhaps.
Boulder died.
Boulder died.
The priest with the dampier son died.
Another
Hey,
priest died
no
at the
one-
wedding. Yeah.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't there. Hey, when I was here, okay, I'll say, perhaps very lucky, or perhaps it's me. Perhaps I'm the one saving everyone.
We're getting
I'm
a
down for
little.
this. I'm down for this egomaniac arc. Let's go.
Getting a little
Now
Time Lord Ascendant there.
Let's get to saving Casimir then.
Then let's save another one. Off we go.
Matt, are you comfortable with me doing some internal dialogue in your head, or do you want to keep that between us?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm 100% down with that.
Okay. So, separate from the party, your characters don't know this. You as players can know this. As you finish this conversation, Smoke will come into your head and say, I really appreciate what you're trying to do here, but I'm already dead, Red. You know that. You
But
can't
you're not-
save me.
But you're not dead. As long as you're in the sword, you're not dead, right? Like,
I may sound like me, and I may have some of my memories, but I'm an after image. I'm
An echo.
an echo. When you see a bright light, it remains in your eyes. I'm that. And it's great, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to know you, but you have to let go sometimes, Redmond. And I know that's hard. But I'm ready. And like I said, I trust you.
I don't think I am. I don't like letting go of anything. Not when I can not.
You hear what sounds like a sob. And he says, I know exactly what you mean, buddy. We'll get through this. All right?
All right. We'll get through this, I promise.
And I'm not going anywhere until you don't need me anymore, okay?
And there's just like a mental tear, I suppose, from Redmond says, we have got this.
Yeah.
All of us together.
Yeah. And I don't have stats for him in this game. Jeez. I'm going to have Smoke make a roll here.
Exciting.
Does anybody remember what Smoke's wisdom was? It wasn't great. His
I can check.
No idea.
I can check right now if you'd like.
That would be great.
If I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
What did you want?
Ah,
What did
wisdom?
you want? His wisdom. So his wisdom is.
Because this is for insight.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, his wisdom is. I'm just loading up the character sheet now. So takes so long for some reason.
Yeah, roll 20.
Oh, I also think because this game has been closed for a while.
That'll do it too.
Yeah.
I think I was
Oh,
planning
his
on...
wisdom is.
Sorry,
Sorry, his wisdom is 12.
12, okay. I was planning on speccing him into a bard, so wisdom or insight would have been one of those ones where he just never would have picked up. So that's a 13. So whatever it is he gleans from looking into your heart, through your mind, he keeps to himself. But yes, he says, buddy, I'm not going anywhere. I promise. Okay?
Car crash was 7 years ago. Don't tell me this.
But
Right.
you have this conversation in your head about letting go, and Smoke realizing something about you, and saying that he promises he won't leave you until you're ready.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't have abandon issues, I promise. I'll chat with the party and say, alright, friends. It is the beginning of all our problems here. We will overcome this all together, and we will see it to the end. Right, let's get in here and save our friend Casimir.
All right.
And
Yeah,
bring an
stab.
end to the plague affecting Grovia.
Stavell went out to get smokes 50 years ago and Redmond never recovered.
Yep.
Oh, mate.
So you get to about this point.
Yeah, we
is
were going
when,
inside.
Those of you with your remarkable perception skills can very clearly hear voices up ahead. And you see, streaming through the crack in the side of the temple, is a bit of firelight. And you hear human voices up ahead. They are speaking to each other in Barovian Common, which I believe Volk speaks, right?
It would make sense if I
Volk
did,
is a
because
native.
I was born here.
Yeah.
Where did everyone go?
So you pick up pieces of it. It's what's the word? It's related to the Barovian Druidic. So it's in the family of languages Volk is familiar with. So it's a bit broken to your ears, but you can understand what they're saying to one another. You hear two gruff voices saying, we still haven't found it. That blasted demon goat of the winds. Halwa is insane. We're never going to find it up here. She's going to get us all killed. All for what? For stupid leadership of the clans. What's even the point of being a clan leader when Strahd is looking after all of us? And you hear another voice search and say, don't say his name. We don't want to summon him. And they're having this sort of conversation with one another as you approach.
If they're on the other side, maybe we should try going through the front door.
Volk will telepathically relay the gist of the conversation to their party members.
Yeah. So there's an argument going on inside. The people on the other side of this crack in the wall don't want to be up here. They think they're wasting their time. They say Holwa is stupid trying to gather the tribes under one banner, and she'll never find the demon goat of the hills.
We've seen that, haven't we? No,
That's
it's
right.
on the side.
First. Ooh.
Yeah.
Plans?
Yeah.
Demon coat. Well, that sounds like our good buddy that Boulder was trying to hunt. Maybe.
Anybody
Okay, shall we make-
interact with Boulder can make a history check. Because
Also,
us people might have forgotten.
do I know anything about the how was it called? The Great Goat of the Hills?
The Great
The
Goat of the
Demon
Hills?
Goat of the Hills?
Demon Go to the Hills?
Demon Goat?
Did you interact with, this is a Barovian specific superstition, so if you don't, if you didn't actually interact with Boulder, you would have no way to know this.
Well, but I know a lot of stuff from past lives.
True! I'll give you a check, I'll allow you to make this check as well.
Alright. Because I'm kind of, a reservoir of Barovian souls
True.
at this point of time.
Yeah.
So history?
Yeah, history. And then anybody who interacted with Boulder is welcome to as well to see what you picked up from conversations with Boulder.
I'll use knowledge from past lives as well for plus 1d6 on it.
Alright?
Oh!
Classic
8.
Hibiki roll. Classic Hibiki roll.
Classic Hibiki! Classic
Oh.
Hibiki, here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Ileena
Those
is
two
like...
are literally the opposite roles.
Opposite rolls. So Ileena rolled a 1, even with the 3 from past lives. You're like, Boulder was talking about a goat, but that was right before you died, so like you remember being hit by a goat. It's hard to parse. Diana, you immediately pick up what it is about. You remember that the various barbarian tribes of Barovia, these are the descendants of humans who lived here, and were sort of tolerated by the elves that lived in the valley when Strahd took over. These barbarian tribes of various races. They have a superstition about this immortal, unkillable, reincarnating giant goat that terrorize the mountains. And as a rite of passage, anybody that can wound the goat is elevated to a position of honor, probably a chieftain of their local tribe. But if anybody is able to slay the goat, that is something entirely different. And that is something that Boulder was seeking. It will give you the capacity to command all of the tribes. If you slay him and wear his pelt, you basically become the King Arthur of barbarians in Barovia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So whoever this Hulwa is probably trying to do that.
I guess, shall we try shimmying through this crack and see if we can meet these fellas on the other side? Tell them that the goat is completely on the other side of Barovia.
Well,
I will remind you, since you got a crit there, you got a 22 on your history. The goat can teleport. It travels through the ethereal and is never in the same place more than once. So it can literally be anywhere in Barovia. As long as it's a high elevation where it likes to kick people off cliffs is the thing. So as long as it's a high elevation, well, the goat can be there. It was on the table. You just didn't happen to roll it.
Okay. These barbarians haven't been the most friendly to us, have they?
Not generally, no. Boulder was a unique type of person.
Yeah. Shall we go through the front door, see if we can avoid them for now? I wouldn't want to get separated on one side of this crack from anyone.
Yeah, makes sense.
If they attack straight away, it might just be one of us against them whilst the others make their way through.
True.
So yeah. Shall we
As
try
you
going through the front door?
Since Diana and Volk were the closest to the door, both of you please make a stealth check for me as you try to leave the door. I will do this.
Stealth. Disadvantage.
15. This creature will have advantage. Still only a 14.
Wolf!
Ooh.
Yeah, so you have disadvantage, right, Volk?
Yeah, I think we all have disadvantage.
I don't.
So
I've
Diana, you
avoided all of them.
passed. You get away scot-free, but it rolled a 14 on its smell check. So Volk, you get a little too close to the door, and it catches wind of you. So as you turn away, everybody gets to roll initiative, but I'm going to give the wolf a surprise round, if that makes sense.
Is it like
knew you were
strict to
there.
start attacking us?
Possibly.
Okay. It's time to slay some wolves.
Yeah.
I forgot to click on my dude. I forgot to click on my dude again.
Mood.
How?
You forgot to click.
Well, like, I did click it, and then, like, it unclicked when I went into my character. Let's go back to the first. Why does it always do
A
this?
21.
Yeah, I'm trying. It, like, cancels out of the editing area while I'm trying to
Oh,
type
yeah. That's the worst.
I think it's based on other people doing stuff in it. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. Wow. I rolled initiative 4 times because I kept losing my...
Is that everyone?
I believe so.
There's 5 players.
Volk, Rory, Ileena, Redmond,
Yeah.
Diana. Okay. So, descending order. Okay, so Volk, you spend your turn unbeknownst to everybody on the surprise run. You just continue what you were doing. Diana, again, you don't know what's going on. Ileena, Rory, Wow, wolf rolled a 3, so it's way down there. So the wolf is going to join the token layer as it squeezes its way through. 50-foot movement. It's going to use half for each of these because it's difficult terrain because it's squeezing. It's 10, 20, and then it has how much remaining?
Damn, that's a big wolf.
Yeah, it has 20 feet
Yeah.
Yeah.
remaining, so it can move 10 more squares. Sorry, 10 more,
Direwolf.
which is 2 squares. Yeah. So this wolf, you're a little too far away. This wolf is going to squeeze its way through the crack in the wall and is tearing around the corner towards you for its surprise round. It will actually take a dash action, get right up on you for its surprise round. So now everybody that went before the wolf, which is everybody except Redmond, you are not surprised anymore, so you can take reactions or bonus actions, or sorry, reactions if you would like. That is a direwolf's turn.
Wolf is like, fuck.
So this wolf has appeared. It has not had a chance to bite Volk yet. Redmond, your turn is up next. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'll go over and grapple it.
Okay. It very clearly has vicious intent.
Yes, I imagined that was the case. That's why. That's not what I wanted to do.
Nope. You can make your attack roll.
For 22.
That will certainly hit this creature. Yes.
And I would like to grapple it.
Yeah, you grapple it. It is only large, so you're able to do that.
Thank goodness. And then I'll pull it away from Volk.
All right. Where would you like to pull it to?
Just to the left a little bit.
To the left a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. I can only move it like 5 feet because I have like half movement as well.
True.
Because of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So.
You surprise this thing, and it squeaks and whines as you get your hands around its neck, right behind the neck of the neck, right at the base of the skull. It's squirming, trying to get out of your hands. But yeah, this thing it's easily twice your size, so this is impressive. You can feel the impression of Beorn in the gloves is smiling, is very happy with your use of his powers.
So obscene. And then I would say, shh, calm down, it's okay. I'd like to shove it prone.
Okay. You can do that.
So this is an actual
That is your action,
check.
yeah.
That is a 12. That's why is it saying 7 there? It's 9 on. So that's a 14, sorry.
14? It got a 19.
Yep.
So you don't manage to shove it prone, but it is whining. I'm going to say, based on your description, you didn't muzzle it at all. So it's going to start yipping and barking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yep.
fair. That's the end of my turn?
Okay, we jump back to the top with Volk. So Volk, it didn't manage to get you. We'll say for the sake of flavor, this thing barreled around the corner, mouth open, ready to bite your head off, and Red just reached up and grabbed it and dragged it away and like, bad dog. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Again, another one.
Yeah, it's fun.
Another one.
Oh, come on, you were working earlier. It was sharing my spells properly earlier, but it doesn't want to do that anymore. I think this time... Yeah, no, I'm just gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level. So it's 3d6. I'm gonna cast it, like, behind the wolf over here.
Okay.
And then slam it into it.
You can certainly do that.
So it shows up right behind the wolf and then wham.
All right.
Um,
Does it stop at or does it go through? Slam into. Yeah, it doesn't go through him.
No, it cannot share the same space as a creature.
Gotcha.
And then it does 3d6 because I cast it at 3rd.
Okay.
It also gets a dexterity 18 spell save.
Okay.
Taking half on a successful save.
At the end of its turn, though, right?
No, because I
you
slammed it into
right?
it.
Sorry. It is grappled but not restrained, which I don't think will affect this saving throw. Could be wrong. Gonna double check. Yep, nope, it's fine. It makes it normally. So Dex save. Boop. That's a 4. It takes all of it.
Alright. And then I use my full movement, because I'm not slowed, to get the heck out of there. 10, 20, 30.
You all get that acrid scent of burning hair as the wolf is hit with flame from behind, and it squeals in pain and tries to wheel around to bite the fire, but Redmond has it pinned. Diana.
Yeah! I think Volk's like, wah! Fire!
Okay. I'm gonna say that because we were surprised, usually I'd go into combat with my swords already lit up, but since we were surprised, I don't think I have them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna...
I think Volk's focus is the axe now, and I've established that they always have it kind of on hand.
Okay.
True.
I'm gonna just go ahead and hit it thrice.
Okay.
I do.
You can do that.
14, a 20, and an 11.
Okay, the 14 and 20 will hit, dealing a total of 24 damage. It had 23 hit points. How would you like to kill this wolf?
Oh. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I feel bad.
Oh no.
Well, you do have swords, so it's hard to do
Yeah.
non-lethal damage.
You got the blunt side of the sword, right? Right.
I'd like to do it in the most humane way possible.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you overestimated how hard this or how tough this enemy is.
Yeah.
So you're going for the kill. You can try to pull off at the last minute to make it non-lethal, but it's going to be a heck of a check. We'll call it a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to set the DC at 20. With your last stat,
Imagine,
make it so it doesn't kill him.
if you kill this thing, you're staring directly at Redmond's eyes, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making eye contact with Redmond as you drive the sword in. You try to redirect at the last second, but unfortunately you hit more organs as you stab it, so it dies.
Oh god!
In Redmond's hands.
Oh god.
Oh
I'm
god!
so sorry.
It's okay. I'm sure you didn't mean to do that.
You hear from inside as a figure emerges from the tunnel.
Don't give it a name. Don't give it a name.
Oh, don't do this.
It's answer. Make them feel
See, a
bad.
very large, almost 7 foot tall, hairy man covered in animal furs comes out. He says, Franklin, where did you go? What do you...
No.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Franklin! Who killed Franklin? You see, he
He
flexes.
attacked us!
He says, Trespassers! They killed Franklin! And you see he flexes and he raises his axe and he is going to... he has 5 more feet of movement after the crack, so he's going to move there. And he's raised his axe. He is ready to kill you all.
Nice.
No! I need to start playing some really wholesome slice of life RPG, because whenever we're fighting animals or something, I just can't.
Yeah, he yells back and says,
Yeah.
Friends, they've killed Franklin! Traitors! Intruders! So, Ireena,
Oh no.
you hear a big hairy Barovian yelling at these friends of yours. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll move here and I'll land there because I can do nothing.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. It's down to you, Franklin killers.
Rory's up next.
Oh no.
I just look around a bit confused. I think Rory's too focused on being cold.
Yeah.
She didn't even realize what was happening, and then there's sudden...
Ireena definitely wants to see what happened, though.
Why is there a wolf? Why is someone shouting?
Ireena says, a giant wolf appeared out of the crack in the wall. Redmond saved Volk from being eaten, and then Diana killed the dog. And it seems they don't like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Snuggles more into the cloak of Ireena.
She says, I'm more of a cat person, but that seemed a little harsh. Don't tell Diana I said
Meow.
that.
Thought we went over this whole just attacking and killing anything that we encountered. I thought we were
It was self-defense.
past that.
So you...
Rory's going to use her action to snuggle up to Ireena because she's still cold.
she will use her action to rub your arms and try to keep you warm.
Nice.
Yes.
Important
she will just
actions.
say, I'm sure it was self-defense.
are you, though?
The other berserkers go next. They rolled a 4 and a 2, respectively. So they, even though they rolled like shit, they still go before you, Red.
That's fair.
Okay, token.
Oh.
Go back to public rolls for them. They squeeze through the crack in the wall. They each only have 5 movement, so they don't get very far either. But they brandish their axes too, and they are all ready to kill you all. This guy, seeing that he's a little trapped, he's going to actually use his action to dash. Get over here. This guy, these guys held their actions to attack the first person that comes within range. So this guy,
he ended his turn within 5 feet of my flaming spear.
This guy would, yes. So he's going to make his save. This guy does not have a held action either. So that's a dex save. 17.
Does it hit enemy?
That's a fail because my save takes. Should I re-roll or just keep?
Why don't you re-roll every time? I don't think it's more fun that way. Also, the way the flaming spear works, it does damage if it hits you when Volk moves it, and it also does damage if you end your turn near it.
Yeah.
So
that's 13 damage.
Yeah, you see he burns. You see his flesh cracks and blackens, and it seems to only make him angrier. And he stares at you with hatred. Well, he can't see you. He stares at Diana with hatred.
Volk doesn't even know.
But Redmond, that is your turn. These 3 hairy mountain men are coming towards you with ill intent.
Yes. I will. So, if I stay in here, do I get hit by the flaming spear, or is it just end?
Only if you end your turn there. You can pass through the radius of it, but if you end your turn within 5 feet of it, you take damage.
Yeah. So I'll come here, 5 feet. I'll cast as a bonus action on myself, Shield of Faith.
Okay. You begin shimmering with an extra layer of armor.
I will prepare an action. I say, friends, stay behind me. And I will take the dodge action.
Okay.
That's it.
You take the dodge action. We jump back up to the top of Volk. So Redmond just stepped in front of Diana to defend her. You can hear the others coming, ready to fight. But you don't have line of sight on any of them. What would you like to do?
I will move 20 feet.
Okay.
30 feet. Okay, I can see them now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna slam it into one of those guys.
Beautiful. Left or right?
This one.
Left one?
The top one.
All right. That's a 14. So that's definitely going to be a fail. So you can roll your damage as it slams into him.
Oh, that's only 6.
That's the problem with rolling every time. You can do really well or really poorly. He takes 4 fire damage as it slams into him, and he says, "Dark sorcery."
That was my bonus cast spell. That isn't a concentration spell.
Okay.
And in the area that they're in, 20-foot cube.
All right. Ending right before Diana and Redmond, I assume.
Right here. So in the area they're in, they take 3d12 or half as much on a failed.
Okay.
Or half as much on a successful dexterity saving throw. The DC is still.
Okay. This is not a concentration, correct? Because you need to concentrate.
No, it's not. It's an instantaneous.
Okay. So left, top, right, all fails. Wow.
26 damage.
Yeah. Damn.
So Volk's like, fuck. Obsidian.
Yep. So the earth erupts under their feet. They take 26 damage each of bludgeoning as the ground beneath them begins to shake and break apart. Bits and pieces of it rising up and slamming into their legs, arms, and torsos. One of them gets hit in the face, and he's like, "Ow!" But that is Volk. So we then come to Diana's turn. So Diana, you see that these folks are coming at you with murderous intent. They have large axes of iron in their hands.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to kill your wolf. It attacked us first.
It was
Do any of them
defending our
attack?
home. That's what they do. It's a guard dog. Have you ever heard of guard dogs?
This isn't your home.
It is our home. What?
Okay,
You think we need? You think we need a deed of goods, a bill of rights, or a bill of goods to own a place? There's no property rights. It's an abandoned temple.
Are you going to let us go?
No, you killed our fucking dog.
Oh well, now you're in the way of getting crap, so I'm going to kill you now.
Okay.
No, I'm going to try go. I'm going to try and do non-lethal if I can.
Wow.
Okay. So you
I mean,
hop
that was-
over the rocks, unimpeded by your dancer's grace.
I didn't say that out loud, by the way, Mia. Yeah,
First you kill the
non-lethally.
dog, then you give them shit, and then you go to murder them.
I'm just
Jeez.
enforcing property rights.
I guess the evilness of Rory had to leave somewhere, and apparently it went right into Diana. Do you
Yeah,
want
once-
a sword? I have a very convenient sword. We should add kills puppies onto it.
As you come
Once
at him with
you,
your sword, he says, "What are you, some sort of landlord parasite?"
Volk kind of hisses at them like that, despite being in human form.
Yeah, so the first one's 12,
That's a
so
miss.
26.
26 will hit,
23.
and a 23 will hit.
Because they're humans, that would be a +4 for each.
Okay. So we're looking at 11 and 12, respectively, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be 23 damage. You slash it into this guy. He's barely standing. It looks like sheer force of muscle is keeping him up on his feet as you slash
Okay.
into him. And he's going to weakly reach out to you to try to grab onto your shirt. Can't grab purchase because it's not his action. He's going to spit blood on you,
I'll-
and he's going to say, "You killed Franklin."
I did not mean to, and I don't want to kill you either. I'm sorry.
Then stop stabbing me.
Oh,
That's
stop
fine.
threatening to stab me.
You killed my dog.
This is so fucked. Oh, we're the bad guys.
We are.
I'm so
I went
sorry.
at the
Is that the end of your turn, Diana?
Volk,
That is the end of
as
my
a
turn.
Volk as a cat feels no remorse for killing a dog.
Actually, how far did I move? Sorry, I'll move back 25 feet
I
over
feel
that.
horrible.
Yeah,
for
you
saying
see he
that.
collapses against the wall, and he says, he spits up more blood. He says, "Coward, you won't even kill us. I have to live with my dog dead."
Oh! I hate this.
Best.
Laughing at the pain and agony of a man who lost his only true friend.
Yeah.
I just want to say, we have a river. Oh, shit, we don't have diamonds. Fuck.
We don't have diamond.
This guy is going to come
Sure.
forward, swinging his axe at you, Redmond. Not going to do much good since you have advantage and your AC has been raised. But he
Yeah.
says, "Filthy dog killers. It's not the breed that's bad, it's the owners." He's going to bring his axe down on your face.
You just admitted you're the problem.
That's
Oh,
a
that
22. That does not hit you. Well, sorry, it's a 6
No,
because
it
it's
doesn't.
disadvantage. So with the crit
Yeah.
fail, his axe goes wide and slams into the snow. And he looks up at you with pure hate
I
in
just
his
wanna
face.
say,
He says, "You're
where
a
he
cat
is right
person, aren't you?"
I just want to say, where he is right now, there's no snow. There's only the body of dog.
He's
Oh.
a dire wolf. They love the snow.
No,
No, I think what he's saying is that you're standing on the dog.
standing on the dog.
He would
And the
be,
axe
yes. He
went
would be,
into.
yes. Yep.
Yeah,
That happened.
Yeah,
Yep.
except it died.
that happen.
Can Volk, as a reaction, use shape change and give themselves cat ears?
That works, yeah.
No, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It was an accident.
You stabbed
just
a
went a
dog
bit
on
rabid.
accident.
It was
Okay, let's just knock these people out so I don't have to feel guilt anymore, friends.
So Ileena, you're up next.
All right. I'd like to move 15 feet,
Okay.
and I would like to guiding bolt this guy.
Okay. You see, he is barely. He's quavering. He's got 2 massive slashes across his chest. Go for it.
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
It's 22.
22 will certainly hit him. We're looking
That's
at
gonna
5
kill
HP. So, oh yeah,
18.
yeah. So he had 5 HP. So you blast him with a brilliant ray of shimmering silver light. He's hit in the chest. He's blasted backwards, falls to the ground, blood coming out of every orifice. And the other one looks at him and he says, "You killed Vaslov! You killed
I feel like this
Vaslov
entire
and
encounter
Franklin!"
is just a shit show.
You killed them all.
I'll look at him and
I
go,
love it.
okay. Now calm down. There is no need for more bloodshed.
Calm down! Calm down! You see, he's hulking out.
I think calm isn't in these guys' dictionary.
Yeah.
Also, we just murdered their dog
Yeah.
and one of
Yeah,
their
calm
friends.
isn't really in our dictionary either. So
No.
Rory and Ireena get to go next. So Ireena has been relaying all of this
don't
to
want
you.
to fight them.
Yeah, Ireena has been relaying all of this to you, sort of sheltered in her cloak. She's got your head sort of in her hand like this, and she's like holding you like a baby. And she says, "So they killed the dog, and then they came out. They weren't happy about that, and then Diana killed one of them, almost killed one of them, left them standing. It was pretty messy, and he was called her a coward, and then Ileena just disintegrated him, and then yeah, now they look even angrier." Do you want me to
I love like the mockumentary type thing where she's like giving her perspective of it.
Exactly, yeah. And she's like, "It looks like they really love that dog, but these also don't seem like great people. So I mean, even criminals train their dogs well. Like, only a true
It's
evil
always-
monster would be mean to a dog. But at the same time, they did train this dog to kill people that came upon them. So I don't know. What do you think, my dear?"
Okay, this is Barovia. The only
What
thing
we do in-
try to kill you, usually.
What we do in Barovia?
Stay, yeah,
Oh, we did.
What we do in the shadows?
yeah. That too, yeah. She says, "So I don't know if you want to do anything. It looks like they've got it well in handled. We could probably just hang out here and try."
I want them to just murder them.
Or we could just murder them. I mean, I could throw you at them if you want.
No, I
I'm-
don't
I'm
want to
nice and
murder
strong.
them.
You want to
I know
stop
you
them?
are. I want to stop them from murdering each other.
Oh, okay. Well, I can throw you at Diana.
Let's see. Is there anything reasonable I can do?
That's a good question.
Whom of my group looks like they are just gonna continue murdering everyone? I'm
Won't
guessing
take an
Ilena.
insight check to say that these barbarians at this point, they probably would have killed you flat out. You killed their dog and their friend. They are definitely going to kill you if they are left alone. Short of magic, you're not going to persuade these guys off of their fighting instinct at this
How
point.
convenient.
Calm emotion.
So, gonna move here. 15 feet. Normal movement. Redmond, can you make, let's just say, unarmed that one in front of you?
You want me to make him undead?
I want you to not kill him. I want you to grapple him and make it so that he doesn't fight. So we don't have to murder them anymore.
Of course, I never intended to.
And then I will hold person against the guy in the back.
Okay. So that's going to be a win.
Oh, actually, I can do it at third. I will do it at third level and do it on
they
both
both
guys.
do. That works.
Oh my lord!
Oh my god!
Oh boy!
Oh my god! I don't know how that's possible.
Spencer!
That is statistically
They just
They're just too angry.
extremely
Yeah, they're
unlikely.
just too angry for it.
Yeah. So the primal rage of dog and brotherly love. Well, let's be fair. These are mountain people. They were keeping themselves warm in ways that were a little unbrotherly, if you catch my drift. There was a love between this group of people that transcends all definitions of relationships. This rage at seeing their comrades fall is enough to muscle through your attempt to hold them in place.
We're killing Spencer's barbarian
polycule. Yeah, yes.
I mean, what else are you going to do when you're trapped in an ice cave up in the mountains?
Rats, yeah.
With a giant...
It gets worse and worse as we go. We're just worse and worse people. More details come out.
I think this is a hate crime at this point.
Getting worse. It's getting worse.
Well, actually, no, we have lesbian friends. So.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but it's different if it's kind of gay.
The queerest gender.
Yeah, we have one lesbian and one non-binary friend, or two lesbian friends.
And
I don't think that counts.
You're not even the bad kind of lesbian either, because there's a trans woman in who's a lesbian too. So like, you got the good lesbians too. You've got them all.
You did a lot.
Volk is pan-romantic.
Exactly, yeah.
So Rory's a bit surprised that her magic just didn't do anything. Looks at him. I'm really sorry about your friend. I'm really sorry about your dog. I'm not capable of stopping them from what they're doing. So sorry. I can help your friends move on afterwards if that consoles you a bit.
And then Ireena, the man being very, very angry, looks around Redmond. Actually, he's taller than Redmond, so he just looks over Redmond's head at you, and he nods and he says, "I appreciate your care, but your friends, I don't like them."
They're a bit quick to... Well, I don't think I have to say anymore.
Yeah, Ireena is just going to dust off your cape and say, "It was a very good idea."
I'll make sure that you will have a proper burial, proper passing, to the best of my abilities.
Yeah. Ireena will add, and we'll make sure that your deaths are quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse. Somehow.
Right.
At the end, I wanted a judging look towards Diana and Ilena. Like, why? Why did... Could have just not done that?
Volk still has like a panicked look on their face because there was a dog. It attacked me. It'll bit my head off.
It's a short revelation on Roy's face, like, oh, that's how it was for you back then with me. Oh, I don't like that.
Yep. This berserker is going to use his action and his movement both to get out of the flaming sphere and the difficult terrain, and then is racing towards Ileena, but taps out of movement right in range of Ileena. He's coming to gouge your eyes out if he can. Redmond, you are surrounded.
Jeez.
Fine, I'm used to this. I will grapple this individual here.
Okay. Make your attack roll. They are wearing leather, so they're not hard to hit. Unless you roll real bad.
That's a 25.
Easily hit. So grapple, I'm assuming.
Yep.
He has.
Yep. Can I just move this guy over? Can I just move him over here to join his friends? Yep. And then this guy is grappled, so I would like to roll to grapple him as well.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack.
15.
Ooh, that still hits. Yeah. So you've got one in each hand.
Brilliant. Yep. And then I'll just move them forward.
Okay.
Maybe
Back into the difficult terrain.
Yes.
Okay. You're tapped out at this point, though. If you want to use one of your special abilities on your gloves, you have to let go of one of them first. You can only pick one.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So Red's got a hand on each of them. You're holding them like two kids in a fight.
Yeah, let us scruff their neck.
Yeah. So Volk, you see Redmond has pushed them back into the rubble you created earlier. What would you like to do? You hear them there cursing in various languages at you guys. Very clearly still angry enough to kill.
Volk still has like panicked cat expression, and like the even though they're in human form, you can like see like the hair on the back of their right down their spine, even though they don't even have any hair there. And they're like, nope. And bonus action, move the sphere.
All right. You
Slam
slam it
into whichever
them
one
from
of them.
behind. Yeah.
Yep, whichever one of them looks worse.
That would be the one on the left, the eastmost one.
This is
A
left.
10,
Okay,
so that's a
that's
fail. You may roll your damage.
Alright, please roll well.
Okay, he is still up, but the fire slams into his back, and he curses, and he says, "Cowards, using superstitious and hocus pocus to hit us. Fight us like men!" And he looks up at you, Redmond, and he says, You at least fight like a man.
I think Volk is like, no, I don't like this.
Okay, so Diana, you are looking at this this situation unfolding before you. What would you like?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go and try and finish them off.
To what?
Try and finish them off.
Good.
Non-lethally, but
Okay.
yeah. So
17
I should add my 17 for 13.
Yeah. So this is slashing damage, right? Slashing damage can't be non-lethal.
yeah.
It'll be an improvised weapon if you want to hit him with the back of your blade. But you'd have your proficiency
Okay.
in hitting. It's just you'll do a d4 plus your dex mod if you're improvising weapon.
Wait, slashing can't be non-lethal. Is that like a home rule or is that a
I'm
D&D?
pretty sure that's a D&D rule.
Isn't it? Anything that's melee can be non-lethal. It's just
Yeah.
that anything
Yeah.
ranged, including spells, is lethal.
Okay. I was incorrect about that. My apologies.
Wait,
This-
so we could have avoided killing the dog?
well, you overkilled it.
Okay.
Although, you
I
know
was
what?
like-
It's too late.
No, it's too late, Spencer. You've done
It's
it
too
now.
late.
It's
No,
okay.
don't
It's only
reckon
been
it.
two
Don't
rounds.
reckon it.
No, the
I'll let it
dog
make
like
that-
suddenly yelps and wakes up.
I'll let it make that.
Yeah, half of this combat is predicated on this dog being dead.
It's funnier if it's
Yes.
alive, though, wouldn't it be? If they died from that.
It is.
So these are the two death saves for the dog. That's an 18
Oh!
and a 1.
Oh.
So 1 success, 2 failures. Yes,
Yeah.
okay. My apologies, I was incorrect about the slashing. So these can be non-lethal and slashing.
But we have also killed a human now.
You have. Unless you want
Yeah.
Might as well kill them all.
Yeah. Well, he was killed with magic by the guiding bolt. So he's definitely dead.
Yeah.
You can't pull your punch when it's magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... How much is that total, sorry, Diana? Abby?
13 plus 15, so 28.
Yeah, he had 22. So he drops down to 0.
And then I'll just go on to the next one. Non-lethal still.
Non-lethal still?
14.
Yeah. He's still up. But he is now cursing. Oops. I set it to 14, not subtracted 14. Okay. So he is still looking all right. Definitely bloodied, but he's not nearly as dead as his friend was. Diana backs away. So Redmond, you are now holding this guy. Actually,
Yep.
the guy who's killed with magic, definitely dead. That guy that Diana just killed could make death saves, so next time around we'll do that if you want to spare them, or you can just let them die in the snow. Berserker's turn. Berserker's going to turn on you, and he is going to try to axe you one more time. Actually, you know what?
What's he axing me?
With his great axe.
You want to ask
He's
you a
axing you
question?
to die. He is going to make a charisma check to see if his rage, his hatred of you, is so much that he will manifest. If he will manifest magical rage in a barbarian
Wait.
fashion. He's not a barbarian.
Can we just allow?
But he's so
can we
angry
just
with you,
allow
he
that
might
to happen?
manifest it.
Can we wait? Can we just allow that to happen?
Well,
like
that's
in the
an eight.
sense of like,
So the universe is not
Can
convinced
I-
by his anger. Would you like to make him angrier?
I would like to make him angrier.
Okay.
No, I mean, I feel like the whole situation is. I don't make him angry, but maybe smoke makes him a bit angrier. You know?
I feel like they are at the point where they're angry
This is
enough
torture?
that it could be a barbarian backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, he just seen his dog get murdered. 2 of his friends just gone. One of them
His lovers.
eviscerated.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, 2 of his lovers gone, and it's just him, and he's being grappled
Oh,
by
hey,
a dude
listen.
smaller than him.
It's no homo. No, you gotta say one.
Gotta say, oh, of course, yes.
And there's no
It's a
women
deeper
anywhere.
one than just
There's no
a
women.
romantic relationship. It's way deeper than that.
It is, yeah,
It's way deeper.
It's a bromance.
exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, that's an 8 and 11. He does not convince the universe to give him barbarian power, so he will just make this attack without rage.
It's
Seven.
Baroviamance.
Yeah.
So that is very unfortunate.
Very
His axe completely misses you. And Smoke says, this is a little dark, don't you think?
It is a bit. It is a bit. I'm uncomfortable with this.
We should maybe put him out of his misery.
Yeah? Is that the way to solve things? To kill people?
I don't think so, but at this point, there might not be another way back.
This is fun.
I think one of us has to play a barbarian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of
Magnum-
barbarians is a PC in the next game.
Yeah, maximum pain. You just elaborate on how much you love this dog, how much your bros meant to you.
Yeah, your next in the next campaign we run, if there's not a frat boy barbarian who has a revenge quest against Redmond, I will riot.
Well, against Diana.
Against
Diana.
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 Against Diana.
It's not specifically Diana or Redmond. It's just like this
The whole
group.
party.
The whole party, yeah, systematically
There's a
track you
weird
down.
cat
No, it's
guy.
it's like fucking John Wick quest because
Exactly,
they killed
yeah,
their dog.
yeah. Except for Rory and Ireena, because they were nice.
Yeah.
But this is all, water under the bridge. It's Ileena's turn.
Right, I guess I don't have anything. Do I have any non-lethal stuff? I do. I have Hold Person. Hoping that this time it won't fail. DC 16, Spencer.
Oh, he is still
No,
very
17, wait, 17.
Oh,
because...
right, because you're ring. Right?
Yeah. No, because I'm 4 proficiency bonus, 5 wisdom. So
Right. Okay. He
So, yeah.
is held.
He must
So
be
he is
wise.
held and grappled. So you see, he freezes up,
Yep.
and as he freezes up, he is staring daggers at Redmond.
Oh no.
Alrighty, that's the end of my turn.
We come to Rory and Ireena.
Well, they're just gonna. I feel awful.
She nods. She says, "Yeah, it's hard. You can't really reason when people want to kill you, but at the same time, a misunderstanding, setting this all off, it really sucks."
Oh, this is beautiful.
Such a beautiful
And
shit
told
show.
them against that I used to be like this. And they were somehow okay with it.
Well, I don't
Even more
know.
surprising that they were.
I don't know if you were exactly like this.
Well, not quite. I didn't kill puppies. And I did like children. That sounds wrong. I adore children in the good way.
I know what you mean. No, I mean, that wolf was obviously self-defense, and we weren't going to persuade them out of that afterwards. I don't know.
They didn't make it better.
We certainly
The
didn't
way
make
they
it
acted.
better.
Typical dog chasing cats.
Anyway, I guess we can just wait until they are finished and then try to clean up.
Yeah, I have lay on hands. We can... I don't know.
Oh no, she used all of those.
Oh. She says, we can stabilize the ones that are remaining. They don't all need to die.
Could I be the one to stabilize the wolf?
Well, it has another death save to make, so...
Oh god.
Okay.
So that is Rory and Ireena's turn. So Redmond, you'll have the last turn in initiative. Probably.
Yeah. So everyone's unconscious, right?
Except for this guy. He's being held.
I'll just choke him out quickly.
Okay, you'll try to knock him out.
Oh yeah, I'll knock him out.
Well, he's
So this has
held.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that an ability you can do in 5e? or is that from?
Sorry.
Is that like a normal ability you can do? I don't recognize.
Oh no, it's
from the gloves.
It's just a flavor, as in like when I hit it for damage.
Gotcha.
Not lethally.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'll just
okay.
check now.
Go for it. Yeah. Roll your damage.
Yep. It'll be 4d4 plus 6. 15.
Okay. You try to choke him. You find when he's held, his windpipe is a little rougher. So he doesn't fight back, but he's still standing. He's not as easy to knock out as you thought.
Second attack then.
Okay. This is enough to knock him out.
Oh,
So with that,
no.
he drops to 0. All right. So I believe there's one more death save for the wolf.
Yeah.
And then, because the
Is
wolf's
my
turn would
turn
have
before
passed,
the wolves or after?
the wolf's turn would have been in and amongst all of that action. So
Okay.
It was 5. It would have been right before Rory.
yeah.
Come
But
on,
if it's still up,
Franklin.
you have a chance to save. Oh, I messed that up.
Franklin, come on.
No!
That's a D10.
Oh, no, that's 1d10. That's 1d10.
I put the
thank
2 and
God.
the 1 in the wrong place.
Come on, Franklin.
Oh!
Hang on, hang on. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Oh shit. Is it death saving throw? It's a death saving throw, right?
It's just like, yeah, death saving
it's a
throws
saving
are
throw.
saving.
Yeah, it's a death saving throw. It's a death saving throw. Smoke doesn't want Franklin to die.
Yes, that's true.
Fate is not on our side today.
We did our best. Unfortunately,
We did.
the wolf perished in that round. However,
Oh.
the barbarian, the 2 barbarians that were killed by conventional means, they both, you can get to them in time to stabilize them if you want.
What's the fucking
I think
point?
so.
Also, we're out of initiative.
I'll give one of them a point.
Okay.
Jesus.
In that case, he's going to wake up and try to kill you again.
Oh wait, no, we can
Do you want to
stabilize.
stabilize them, or do you just want to?
No, it's stabilize.
Just stabilize.
Volk just watches with disbelief. Are you guys serious?
This is fun.
You
right?
stabilize them. At this point, the end of this fight, the sun has past the horizon, so it is nighttime now.
Can we just
Look at
leave them a
that.
note, if you wait,
And they
when you wake up, just make your way down the mountain.
Okay. Do you want to bring them back into the crack? Or are you headed into the
Yeah,
temple?
yeah.
Okay.
We'll take them back
I
into
will.
the...
I will tell you what you find, and then you can decide what you want to do with the bodies.
Okay. If they just have people strung up and racks and stuff, I won't feel bad anymore.
You are not that fortunate. You don't have that.
cozy
You're not
family
fortunate enough to have that
scene.
sort of moral play in this situation.
There's just multiple children just shivering and afraid.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
When is the direwolf coming back? It's so cold without the warm, fluffy fur.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
There's a running theme of Dana just overestimating how
It's true,
tough
yeah.
forest animals are.
Yeah.
So you guys.
No,
can
it's
bring
because
the
we
bodies,
leveled up so much.
It's true, yeah.
That's why.
You can bring the bodies in here. You see that there is a bunch of torches that have been set up on the walls. You see there is a bunch of animal remains. You would guess it's probably goat of some kind. Chunks of goat on the ground. Looks like a bunch of them have giant direwolf chew marks on them. You see there are 6 cots laid out. You only encounter 3 barbarians, which makes sense. You heard them talking about Helwa looking for the goat, so there's going to be more of them out there. Beyond that, this is area X15. Let's just double check and make sure I didn't miss any other details. Yeah, no. Other than that, there's a whistling from the crack, the fissure in the wall. Yeah, you can absolutely squeeze your way in here. It's actually quite cozy in here, and you see there are furs on the ground. Like I said, chewed up bits of goat, and evidence of a comfortable living, as comfortable as a bunch of barbarians living in a broken cave can. Also, 2 sets of doors.
Yeah, I think, can we just write them a note just saying like, we don't want to fight you again. Please do not come after us. We're sorry about your wolf.
Okay. You can leave this note on one of their bodies, hoping that they can read. What would you like to do next?
So, which way do we want to go? Oh, I will light up my swords. I'll make a point of saying it now because,
Beautiful.
yeah.
There are torches in the walls. If you want to take a torch, they'll each have about 2 hours of light left.
Does anyone want to hold a torch? I have 2 swords, so I can't really.
I would like to hold the torch because it's a bit of warmth.
All right. So Rory, you can take a torch for sure. Like I said, about 2 hours of heat left on it. There's an oil-soaked rag in the center of it. So, time limit on that.
I guess I would also do the passing on the one dude that is actually dead and his wolf.
Okay. Yes.
Without a spell slot though.
No spell slot. Yeah, just a normal rite of passage.
Just a normal, hey, time to get out of here.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you continue on your way. Would you like to investigate this room at all, or do you want to just try one of the doors?
Just try one of the doors, I think.
Try one of the doors. All right. Which door would you like to try?
Yeah.
North one, further into the temple.
North one. All right. Give it a shot. What would you like to just reach out and open the door? What are you doing here? Narrate to me. Paint me a board picture.
What does the door look like?
That is an excellent question. The door is. This is a side passageway, so this is mostly just stone. The door itself is a warm red wood that has been framed in brass and very, very warm colored metals. But as you approach it, you find that the door is warm to the touch. But that is what you glean from your approach. It is a large set of double doors, red wood, cased in red and yellow metals. Very, very nice and cozy and warm looking.
Okay. I guess if I'm not opening it, I'll just tentatively reach out and try pushing it.
You can absolutely reach out. The latch on the door is a pull latch, but as you try to pull on it, you find that it is locked. But there's no keyhole,
Okay.
so it's probably more accurate to say it's blocked.
Yeah, okay, let's try the other door then.
All right. You head over to the other door. This leads into an area over here. This door would also be blocked.
Oh,
So as you pull on this door, you find it is blocked from the other side as well.
I think we should try forcing one of them open.
Great question.
We can do that. Yes, if you'd like, I can help.
Yeah, let's try pushing on this north one.
The north one? Okay. So Redmond and Diana, you can give me an athletics check with advantage, one of you.
Redmond, do you do the athletics with advantage?
I got you. It's just normal, unfortunately. But that's a 17.
Oh, right, because you have exhaustion. 17, not good enough. You slam against the
Sorry.
door, you bang against it. You can move it just enough that you can see on the other side there are 2 iron bars that have been slotted into place on the top and bottom of the door. So it doesn't even have any wiggle room. You can just get it enough that you can see between the crack to see these bars crossing over.
Okay, maybe we go around the front.
I think
If
so.
both of them are barred from the other side.
Wait, are both of them barred, or is it just the top?
Oh,
They're
I'm
both
just
blocked on the
assuming
other
that.
side, but you only know the north one is double blocked. Very rough.
Can
hard to get
I try this one?
Yeah, absolutely try that one. Diana can help you again.
Yep.
Yep. That's a 15.
Yeah, so this one, not nearly as rough as the other one, but you're just so damn tired. You can't get through it.
Yeah, it's just the cold is in my bones.
Yeah.
Well then, friend, should we go around the front?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that I was not able to get the doors open.
If you want, I can go through and open the metal bars.
Yeah? Can you do that?
Yeah.
So, Rory,
Alright,
you want to
go
go
ahead.
around to the front on your own?
No. I'm not going out into the cold.
Do you have like some teleport Misty Step stuff?
I have dimension door.
That works too.
Is
So
it
you
worth it?
specify distance, right?
Yeah. So I'm here. I'm gonna go with Ireena together.
Okay.
Did you see how far forward it goes? I don't want to end up in the wall.
No. No. It's not enough to actually see through to the other side.
Well, then I would
It's
kindly
more-
ask Redmond to step to the side.
It's probably more of a feeling thing. Like you could feel that there's like, by pushing on different parts of the door, like the lower one, there's only one bar across the middle. The upper one, there's a bar across the top and bottom.
Yeah, shall
Well,
we
I think
put
it's-
top one?
It's safe to assume that there should at least be like 5 feet. So I would like to use dimension door to teleport
Okay.
together with Ireena
Beautiful. Place yourself blindly
about
onto the
5
map.
feet.
Or I will place you blindly onto the map. You said 5 feet forward?
Yeah, so I would like here.
That works. Okay, I will reveal what you can see as you pass through.
Wait.
Polygonal reveal. I believe...
Oh, Dimension Door.
I tried doing dynamic lighting for a Dungeon of the Mad Mage map with my Thursday group. I ended up crashing one of their computers
Oh,
by
yeah.
overheating it.
Don't do it for
Yeah.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Yeah,
I had that. It was so fucking buggy. The maps are absolutely ginormous.
yeah.
Yes.
Just
I
the
had
maps
to split-
alone without any dynamic lighting with Explorer mode on. Like you move here, now you see stuff. Completely broke it for everyone.
Yeah, I swapped to doing the what Spencer's doing, the Fog of War.
Yeah, it's more
it's
reliable.
totally-
Yeah.
On Roll20 at least, and maps bigger than like 30 by 30.
So we didn't need to use Dimension Door. It's actually just a straight shot there.
Okay, so what you see as you pass through, Rory and Ireena, a 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks a vast temple. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descend 30 feet to the temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet above the balcony. The walls and ceiling are covered in a sheen amber glaze, lending a gloom of golden sheen over the entire thing. A set of amber doors stands closed at the west end of the balcony. A similar pair stands open to the east. So in the temple proper, on this side, those doors that are just sort of wood and framed in metal on the other side, on this side, they're all covered in a coating of golden resin or something. Just everything in here is shellacked with golden resin. The main temple facade or temple floor that you're looking at here, it drops down to a very large annex. The end of that annex, there is a massive statue of what is clearly meant to be a god standing there with his hands outstretched. But where the face of this god would be, there is just an inky black ball of darkness that you can't see anything through. You would recognize it as a darkness spell.
Oh,
Beyond that,
Right.
there are arrow slits everywhere, like very small, narrow windows throughout this entire facade area. And the door behind you, the amber doors, are shut with an iron bar that has been stretched across.
oh, it is quite pretty.
Ireena nods. She says, "It's beautiful." In an upsetting way.
I will try not to think too much about why there's a darkness spell on this enormous statue for now. If it's good that it's there or bad.
I don't know.
Gonna take a second to give her a hug and a kiss,
She returns the hug and kiss.
and then the bars get removed.
Yeah. So Ireena will probably be the one to do it because it is a heavy
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
It's a good 60 pounds. She lifts this thing up and tosses it to the side and opens the door. So the rest of you can now enter this area. As you enter the temple itself, as I said, every single surface in here, all of the walls, every vertical surface is coated in this resin of gold, amber gold. Once you are all in here, you can look into the amber and you can see that there are reflections in there of you as you begin to spread out and explore this balcony. Those reflections initially look like you. But as you spend time glancing around at all the different fractals of you reflecting in these amber reflections, you see there are changes in the you that you're looking at. Sometimes it's simple things. Sometimes Rory isn't with you. Sometimes Rory has demon wings. Sometimes Diana is completely decrepit and covered in pox and pustules, and she's missing an eye and her arm is gone. Other ones, it's not even you that you're looking at. It's different parties. In one of them, Smoke is surprised to see through your eyes himself, fully alive, with a giant Goliath barbarian next to him and a young Tiefling bard with red skin and a dragonborn caster with a wand held up in front of her. As you look through all of these fractals, you see different parties with the same sort of makeup as you, all entering the temple and looking around with awe and looking through these reflections at different versions of themselves, and some of them even see you as you look at them.
Wow. This is magical. I don't know what words can describe this feeling I'm feeling right now, but it is certainly overwhelming, in a good way.
As you say that, you spot a Redmond gesturing more or less the same thing. He isn't wearing any Durst armor, so you can actually read his lips. He's saying more or less the same thing. To his
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I would specifically point out the statue with the darkness spell towards the rest of the party. So, any ideas why someone might do that? Do you think it's a kind of, the statue is not allowed to see you?
How big is this? Where is the darkness around the eyes?
Yeah, so the entire head. So the area here drops down about 20 feet, and then the statue itself is a good, I want to say 40 feet, but I'm going to double check that. This is Temple of Lost Secrets. Where is the statue? Yeah, 40-foot tall statue, carved out of granite, depicting a god seeming to cast a spell, but his face is completely obscured in darkness. So from the neck up.
Can I cast a daylight on it? I'll put it right in the center of the room, and it'll basically cast bright light on everything.
Sure. Could you post the description of it so I can see what it does?
Yes, it hedges out magical decks.
60
created by spells of 3rd level.
Okay. I need to see if continual darkness is affected by this.
If it's 3rd level or lower, it would just get dispelled.
Most of the time they have it in the description where it says, this one does not get affected by spells unless it's that level or whatever.
Okay, it is level 3. So let me just double check in the description of the darkness. Lots of notes about different treasure and stuff, but nothing about the darkness spell. Okay, well it's 3rd level or lower, so it does banish it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So, I'm going to open up. You can now see the faceless god. But do you see its face? As you cast this daylight spell in the center, also I should drop this in too, so you can have a look at what it looks like in here. Get some vibes pictures.
Very.
Ooh.
So there's some fantasy art, some of which is Curse of Strahd, some of which is not, all of which is plagiarized happily. You cast daylight into this room, and the darkness around this god's head begins to dissipate. And And where the daylight touches, you can see that there is indeed a face underneath a hood. The eyes of the statue are hollow, and you can see dimly flickering torchlight beyond. Roll me a religion check as you're looking at the face of this statue. Anybody can, since you're looking at this.
Let's go. I will knowledge from past lives because I don't know. Okay. I feel this could be important. 21. No, 22. I'm sorry.
Okay, at 22. Yeah, damn. 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this face that you're looking at. I need to double check this because it doesn't actually say who this is in the lore. Or in the book, I should say. No, that's not her either. Okay. Apparently this god doesn't have a name. So that's
because
what
it's faceless and
that's
nameless.
What you glean from the religion check. You don't recognize who this is at all.
All right.
It is not a god that you are familiar with, but it is clearly reverential.
Probably one of the dark powers.
Yeah, could be.
Or something to do with them.
Or maybe some forgotten type of deity thing.
Are there any door? Okay.
Okay. So as for other details in here, you're welcome to roll a perception check, but I will tell you what you see just glancing around. There's a door here, otherwise solid walls all around. This door is open, and then across the way you can see there are two balconies. These ones are closed, these ones are open. And then there is the area that drops down with the stairs. There's areas that you can't see under the balcony. You're at a higher level. If you drop down, the area opens up further below, but you can't quite see down there yet.
What do my Tiefling eyes see?
Yeah, damn.
It is neutral because I get advantage on vision normally,
Yeah.
but which will be disadvantage because exhaustion.
All right, with that, you can see the area down below opens up into a number of side passages. These side passages down below, you can see that the iconography changes a little bit. Up here, everything is just bare stone with the crystalline amber smoothed over it. Down below, you can see there are actual carvings in the walls. The area behind the amber down below, it looks like the roots of a tree, just sort of moving upward from the ground into the walls themselves, but they're clearly carved stone. So you can see that to the left and right there are passageways that have been offset from the main room. You don't catch sight of anything particularly secretive. You see the marble balcony on the left at the end of this room has collapsed and fallen to the below area. You did roll a 30. Oh, dust. There's dust on the ground everywhere in here. This place hasn't been undisturbed for centuries. With a 30, there are footprints in here that have passed by recently. Coming down from the main entrance, you can see that they follow a route roughly going this way. Also, Riley, whatever you are eating is so very loud on your microphone.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yes. So Rory, with your 30 perception, there aren't any secrets you can glean by looking out at this room, other than what I've told you. But you do catch sight of a little trail of footprints.
So, it seems someone has come through here. I'm imagining it might be Casimir. I'm going to point at the trail of footprints, which are, I imagining, not very easy to see.
No.
In a way, as if it was very obvious.
Yes.
It's
Forget
just
that
a
you
single
rolled a
tile.
30.
Yeah. Then I'm like, shall we? And then I just very slowly, with cold bones, almost creaking like preachers, but not quite.
Yeah, you can make your way over.
I should have prepared a locate object, actually.
So you come into a room and find it is a mirror of the one you were in previously. Oh, come on. Oh no, I don't remember where I started the... I'm just going in an endless circle. Come on. Just enter, maybe? No! It broke. Okay. I'm going to need to redraw this.
That's good.
We'll mark this location so I don't forget,
Cleric.
because it's weird that there's not a door there in a very symmetrical place.
Reveal areas. Come on. Reveal, reveal, reveal. Do, 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 do.
Put some stuff in the oven, I'll be back in a sec.
Alright.
Okay, there we go. Finally. It broke for a second. Okay. So you see an area open up before you. The southeast annex. The room is featureless except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter hole opening up to the ground below. There are empty torch sconces in the walls, and double doors of amber stand open to the north and west. A single door lies just south of the western set of double doors. So the ceiling in here is 20 feet high. You can see that the hole in the ground over here is rough-hewn. It looks like it is not as old as the rest of the temple itself. It looks more recent than that. At the same time, it doesn't look like recent. As for the rest of the room, it is more or less bare and featureless, the same as the one on the opposite side where you entered, where the barbarians were staying. There's a door down here that is closed, and then there's the two open doors in here, obviously. That trail you've been following, Rory, you can see it goes immediately back up to the north.
I look over at Diana specifically. So I'm guessing we are mainly trying to find them quickly, right?
I would agree. I believe somebody walked away from...
Oh yeah, Abigail said she's going to be right back.
Yeah. Actually, since Abby needs to step away, and this is going to be an Abby-specific scene up ahead. P-break? Well, Abby's
Sure.
taking care of the oven.
Good idea.
I know you have to
I'll
leave
see you
soon,
in-
Riley. If we go over, are you okay with missing a Casimir Diana reunion scene?
Oh, spoilers.
Oh, Riley might already be.
Oh,
Well, Abby's not here,
Riley's
so
not.
that's okay.
There we go.
You
Okay.
guys can keep going till 4. I don't...
Okay. Well, I'm going to go pee.
You could just-
I'll be right back.
What's the last, half hour of the recording?
I do need to upload more of those. I'm like 12 behind now.
Or just tell me what happened afterwards. Either work.
Well, there is gonna be at a certain point the DM recap, so
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm back.
exactly.
Sorry.
Only...
Are we taking a short break or?
yep.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
doing a pee break. Mia's character, Rory, just asked, and not investigate anything, just to find, Casimir as quickly as possible.
I'm trying to prepare the card reading for my Curse of Strahd because it's probably going to happen on Monday.
Ooh.
I can't see any situation where they don't go to Madam Ava. So I'm hoping they do. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Oh, it's that's a pretty easy one to see coming because
Yeah.
you're kind of still directing them at that point.
Yeah, I've done what you did and just added the personal ones. I've had it where she does the normal one. She has everything finishes with that, and then she's like, "Wait, there's more. The spirits have more to tell."
Yeah.
And then you go into the personal ones.
I find it's so much more personal and like it grabs you so much more and it makes your characters feel so much more invested.
One of my players is their backstory was basically their mother died at birth and they were adopted by halflings. And so I kind of stole your thing and had them be related to Isaac. Isaac was their twin brother who the halfling mother saw, oh fuck, this thing's got demon shit on it.
Yeah.
So she kind of just dropped him off at the woods. He got pulled into Barovia.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite changes to make. It's so much
yeah,
more
I was
making it to Ireena.
I was thinking about it. Like that was what set us up going forwards very well, having to deal with Isaac. Yeah.
I miss Isaac.
Oh, Isaac. It seems like so long ago, but like, I don't know. I probably put more hours into this one D&D game than I have in any other video game or anything.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, true. But
actually, not video game. I have like 1,000 hours in Terraria, so.
I have like 130 in Elden Ring, so yeah.
Yeah. If we've played 4 hours each week, we're at around 176. I know we went over a few times and under a bit, but yeah. I went into the kitchen just then, my roommate, it smelled amazing. My roommate was literally just making salmon with like oil and pasta, and it smelled like so good. It was like I don't know. Then again, you just heat up you heat up onions and garlic, and it smells divine.
That's true. Yeah. All right, I'll just open this up prematurely, so I don't have to try to struggle with it in a minute.
After we're done with this, I get to read the Amber Temple and Curse of Strahd, and I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
I surprisingly didn't make that many changes here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've like cordoned off that portion of my book so I don't touch it because I believe it's the only thing that we've got left that we've not done.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That and the bone grinder, but the bone grinder it's
we've already done with that.
Yeah.
Basically, the hags are gone. I already knew what the bone grinder was. I watched like an XP level 3 video where he went over it. I knew it was like 3 hags, so they're pretty tough for a level party.
Yeah,
I don't think there's much else in there.
Thinking of the journey you make, you're gonna be there by level 3 or maybe 4.
Yeah.
And those hogs will just steamroll ability.
I swapped out the Dretch for a custom built Goliath zombie to be their defender. But that's just because I want to have the party encountering dead adventurers.
Yeah. The dead adventurers coming up here, those are homebrew as well, weren't they?
No, they're actually from the Dice Camera Action game.
Dice Camera Action, okay.
Which was my introduction to this game, and the first D&D game I actually listened to all of, and I loved a lot.
Nice.
So that's my tribute. In this version of the game, they lost.
They lost.
So they had a trash wizard.
They had a sorcerer, a rogue, and a bard, and a paladin.
Okay.
So you've encountered the body of the rogue and the sorcerer.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Fresh Sork. But by the way, about the card readings, I've liked that so much. I've implemented that in a couple of games around.
It's so good, right?
Yeah,
It's a great way to
it's
like
an
give.
it's an easy setup for your party to start getting like invested in your like at least to foreshadow like BBGs and such.
You could like
Yeah, I watched
cheat your foreshadowing.
Matt Kogel's most recent video. I think was pretty good. It was where he was talking about like a really good way to just get people invested is just to give them information. Because like it can feel realistic to kind of like have people not know stuff, but then how are your players going to get invested if they know nothing? So if you just like give them all this information straight off the bat and have them want to chase it, that's a good way to get people wanting to do stuff, I think.
I like making it ambiguous, where it's like, oh, you have this information, but you cannot be certain if this is true because it doesn't work with what you're supposed to know. And it's like, okay, fuck, we gotta find out now.
Yeah, that as well.
It worked in the Dragon game, I think. I hope.
Yeah. That was more like... That was a mystery, though. It fit. Like, we were already invested. You are talking about the game that we played together, right?
No, I actually I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the There Will Be Dragons thing.
I was going to say...
That thing was just straight up,
Yeah.
hey, there's a dragon, wanna kill it? Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was down with
And you
it.
had Kevin. I was talking about the longer campaign that I'm running that's almost end.
Gotcha.
Because they had like this whole story about Tiamat being evil and why she was evil and that she killed Bahamut and all that kind of stuff. And then they got the information that no, it was the children that killed Bahamut. And then Tiamat tried to fight them. And then the truth is even something else that they don't know yet.
Yeah. But we're the good people, so no matter what
We're
we
the
do.
good guys. We're the good guys.
Sure you are.
Yeah,
We
are you
genuinely
though?
are. What do you mean?
Yeah, of course you are the good people.
My lawful neutral wizard. Sometimes lawful good. Definitely the good guys.
Definitely the good guys.
All right. No sign of Riley. I know Riley has to go for 3:30. I think we can just start. And if Riley is...
Sorry, I've been here the whole time. I was just
hey,
muted.
there
Oh
you go.
my.
Okay. That's okay. We can then start. Yes. So
I
you
was
head
just
into
muted
this room.
because there was a train.
Okay, gotcha. You come into this room. There's a rough-hewn hole in the floor that goes down to the level below. It looks more recent than the rest of the temple, but not as old as the temple itself, so it was later in its life cycle. The doors to the north are open. Rory, you can see that the tracks continue up in that direction. You can also see as you round the corner that the passageway beyond is actually pretty badly cracked. And as you walk along, the reflections of other people that have been in the temple in various realities, they seem to be tracking back in time and showing different like older events in here. You see, for instance, there is a bunch of very old elves in rich robes fighting figures of darkness. You see there is a group of archmages in red robes with gold ornate all over them, fighting massive, like 30-foot tall floating creatures of darkness that shoot death out of their fingers. All in this corridor that you're passing through. So it seems that the cracks in the marble floor down this corridor are from an ancient fight with very large creatures of shadow.
I think let's be careful, I suppose. Redmond, try and tread lightly.
Well, mithril armor.
Yeah.
Throw armor to the other
Look
side.
like the-
Ireena, try and
Rumble?
tread lightly.
Or does it look like it's just some cracks, but it's still a solid floor?
That is a great question. That to me sounds like an investigation check.
That's about right. This one I have disadvantage on. So I gently push past Diana, kneel down, look at the thing. Looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine to you. You don't glean too much information, but the fact that it's still standing and the footprints go over this cracked floor, it's probably fine.
Perhaps we go one at a time.
As you look at the reflections of the fight that took place here, uncounted time ago, I can actually drop a picture of what the things that they were fighting look like, because you've seen them reflecting sort of in the background of all of the amber here.
Shows. Oh boy.
Yeah. So massive tall creatures with not inverted knees, because that's not actually what it is, but the sort of goat type joints in their legs. They're a good 40 feet tall.
Digitigrade or ungulatigrade or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Just massive tall creatures of shadow that used to hover through this place. You can see them, the very deepest parts of the amber, you can see them reflected moving about. These are some of the oldest memories that this amber holds. And as you go down this passageway, you can see that this was a final stand with some group of human mages, it looks like.
Ungulagrade.
Ungulagrade. That's a good word.
Yeah.
But yes, you see those massive Nightwalker creatures in the deepest recesses of the memories of this place. Yes, the footprints, Rory, you can see they lead right to this door, which is shut.
Oh, to the door on the right. Okay.
Yeah, the door on the right.
Yeah, I will just lead the way, following the footprints.
Yeah.
I shall go slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Go to time.
You reach the door, and you can hear within a familiar voice. The door is slightly ajar, so anybody that is with you will also be able to hear. You hear Casimir's voice. He says,
Ooh.
I am standing on the edge of returning or just running away. I'm letting myself look another way. The hardest part of all of it is I don't know my way back. No, I know my way back, but I don't want to go to let her see what's become of me. I should have known. I didn't stand a chance.
I'm gonna open up my cloak, and Descartes is gonna jump out, and
He smells
I'm just gonna rush forward and open the door.
Yeah, you see a pretty upsetting sight. I'll reveal the area first.
Just say, Casimir, are you all right? And then I'll see what happens.
Okay, you see beyond what looks like could either be a lecture hall or a chapel. It's hard to tell. It looks like it's had multiple uses over the years. There are depictions on the walls of the Seldarine crafting this place from the roots of a massive tree. You see they're coaxing it out of the roots of this tree, and they're putting their defeated foes into this place for eternal imprisonment. But at the same time, there are also pews with lecterns, and at the front of the room where there once would have been an altar, there's a pew, or not a pew, a lectern with what's the word? It's a college lectern. Whatever vocabulary would describe that is what you're looking at. So this place has served multiple uses. You see, Casimir is kneeling in front of the altar at the very end of it. What would have at one point held depictions of the Seldarine in their prime. Casimir is stripped down to just his pants. You see every single inch of his body, which until now you remember has been carefully covered in wraps. Are scars of various sizes and lengths, head to toe. A number of them seem fresher than others. And he is just openly weeping as he kneels against this altar. And as you watch, you can see that his skin is pale and cold. And as you enter and call out to him, he turns to you, and you can see his eyes have sunken and taken on a deathly pallor to them. Casimir looks, for all intents and purposes, like a ghoul. There's a stench of death in here as soon as you open the room. His cheeks are sunken. He reminds you of what the Revenants look like, but not quite so far gone.
Yeah. Are you alright? And I'm just gonna run down the stairs towards him.
No, you're not real. You can't be real.
I have the cards.
Oh.
I've not bound him as my familiar. I didn't want to take him from you.
You see, he turns to you, and looks like a living corpse covered in scars. He turns to you and he says, "Oh, my boy, my beautiful boy. No, you shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have brought him. I sent him away to be safe from all of this."
All of what? Tell us what's wrong, please.
The pact. I've made the pact. I don't understand. I gave myself, my blood, to bring her back, but I became this. He looks down at his hands, and again, the sunken, shriveled, turning gray hands of a corpse. He says, "I've become cold. I didn't want to lose her, but with what I've become, would she even recognize me? I'm caught in the gray between life and death, a living phantom of grief."
If she's been brought back, as long as you're still sane, I'm sure she would not see a difference.
Where would she be? I know
I don't know.
Strahd took her body. I can't see her like this. Oh, Diana. I gave everything and I can't even see if she's back.
I don't know if I can do anything about this, but I assure you it'll be okay. I can look for her for you and let you know.
He nods and he says, I can't leave this place. I have been lost for so long. I suppose it is a fitting end. And he will dramatically reach out to the knife on the altar in front of him.
No.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Is he...
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it time?
Yeah, you're all
I say that. Casimir. I too thought I was in the dark, and that is where I belonged. In the cold, withering shadow of a normal life. And that was my destiny. Through friendship, through the wonderful words, experiences given by Diana, Rory, all the other wonderful friends I've made, I've been able to discover, no, shadow is passing. The sun is just behind the mountain, and if you hang on just a bit longer with good friends, it will come, and you will be blessed with the glow. The light is out. It is shining in Barovia of all places.
He smiles and he says, I don't remember what the sun looks like. I know what you are saying, but the sad It's just... Give me 1 second. Somebody's grabbing coffee downstairs. It's very loud. He says, I can't remember the sight of the sun or the touch of its warmth. It's just endless sadness. I have friends, as you talked about. I have my brothers. I have Descartes. I've met you. But all of you leave. And in the end, it's just me. Just me alone with my sadness and the knowledge that she is gone. And I could have done something. I should have done something.
It is the regret that eats at you. The regret that I know. You keep telling yourself at night you cannot sleep. You cannot sleep. You keep telling yourself that there's something that could be done. You could have changed it. You could have made a difference. But those are not thoughts. Those are whips with which you beat yourself. In times like this, you need others to share the wisdom in which allows you to not hurt yourself, but to keep you going forward, even as you shamble along with no want or will or desire to go forward, but you move forward nonetheless, until finally, you can convince yourself that what is done has been done. That perhaps there will be times when you are alone, but it is not bad. It is a distant future, I'm sure, and I think you know that what I am saying sounds dreamlike, but it is possible. I promise you this, and I'll kind of move closer to him. I'll try and kind of put my hand up to him.
He's not going for it anymore. He is taking the time to listen to you guys. He's well and hesitating. He says, a bright future. Hope. These things could be ahead of me. But I don't deserve them. I am not worth a happy ending. If I could have brought her back and spared her fate, that is enough for me. Let me go. He looks past to Diana, and meets your eyes if he can. He says, let me rest. Take me away from the sadness, from the pain.
Yes, we are so close to ending this for good. You have to you have to see it.
Is whether you are okay, I may need to back up on this one, but
that's understandable. Yeah.
No, it's like just for that, but it may sound cool, but it's not. Whether you are valuable and worth seeing the next door after the next storm, it is not your choice to make. I am so sorry. It is your friends who determine if, well, worth being in their lives. Look around this room. You cannot find a single face who will say that you are not worth being alive. Experience the sun that has been renewed. Look at my eyes and know that I tell the truth.
He does look around at the lot of you. I will have him roll an insight check. And
that was great. This is the 7th NPC we've talked down from. Well, not talked down from the progression, but like
talked down from suicide. The first one didn't go so well though.
I'll just be right back. Sorry, I have to take my stuff out the oven.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I'm thinking what to tell him as well.
Don't you fucking dare!
No.
Don't go
So
off with your
Ireena has changed, but Ireena has different approach. Like Ireena has a way more I can stand up and fight approach. That
No.
Well, this is an insight
Yeah.
check to see if he believes you, or to see if he can judge your genuineness. It doesn't mean necessarily that he's going to go with you or not. So we can wait for Abby to come back. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How are you
I'm
doing?
not.
Do we
I'm
need to
doing
use any
good.
cards, by the way? Because they are there for use if we need them.
See, one of the things that kind of ifs me about the cards, right, in this situation is that, like, I'm uncomfortable with this, right, because it kind of like real life analogs, kind of bleeds
is
into
pretty
real
real,
life. And
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, and but at the same time, I don't if I'm the only one being affected, I don't want to just kind of nix this, like this is not happening sort of thing. I want this to play out, and I want this to kind of like have a resolution in some way, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
It's not so much, you don't necessarily have to like veto it to kick it out of the game. You can absolutely play the fast forward button, which will be I stop being so nitty gritty with the details, and I've been very light on the details, but I can even go lighter than that if needed. Just
No.
skip over the
I think this is good. I think this is good.
Okay.
Like, I think this is, it's just,
Yeah, I think we get the gist.
Yeah, and just like it hits a bit close to home. Actually, same.
like talking friends down from suicide sort of thing. Like, it's.
Yeah,
It's
I had a really similar experience in my life. So yeah,
I am so
it's kind of
sorry.
close to home, but yeah, that's I wanna see this play out personally.
I have
Yeah.
no intentions on having him succeed in his ending of his life. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I had never intended that from the start.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
It's just like, but like, what is being said about like the kind of like constant depression, right? It's kind of like, even if you know the future's going to be nice and wonderful and everything, there's still that fear and persistent thought of
The
there'll be
background
times when
sad
you're
never
alone.
goes.
It never does.
Never
what I
does.
mean? Even with like good medication and therapy, it's still there. It
And,
sucks.
and he's been alone in a world without medication for
A lot.
several hundred years,
Yeah.
dealing with the death of his entire people when he was a child. So
Mhm.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Just a bit of trauma.
A bit of trauma as a treat.
As a treat.
I should probably add a trigger warning when I upload this, because you guys knew this was coming. But if
Yes.
somebody just randomly picks this episode to listen to, that's a heavy thing.
It is. It's true.
It is.
So this is Abby's character's story. So we'll wait till Abby's back.
Yeah. I don't. I'm sorry for kind of like just like jumping in there
That's
sort
okay.
of thing.
You're a party for a reason. Anybody can put their hand on the ball.
Yeah.
This was Diana's fate, drawn in the cards.
This was Darren's fate.
Seems reasonable for other people to be engaged in the conversation and in this arc as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer that as well. To be honest, even like when the Redmond was having his like one-on-one moments, I would have loved it if like other people jumped in sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I mean,
think
we
should
kind of did. We went into Red's entire backstory in the Inside the Loop.
Yeah.
All right. I think I've described everything you would have seen so far. This temple was crafted, seeming to be crafted by the ancient Seldarine, back before the Dark Seldarine split off. So back when Loth was still a regular elven god, not an evil demon yet. They crafted this out of the roots, the amber at the roots of some sort of massive mythical tree. I'm sure us, the players, can connect those dots to what that tree is.
Yes.
And they used it to capture the spirits of the remains of their enemies. And then successive generations defended and were defeated in this temple. A relatively recent generation of which fought a bunch of Nightwalkers. I don't think I've missed anything. Also, we're getting close to the end, so I don't think we're going to get to my thing that I stayed up till 2 a.m. yesterday planning. So, whoops.
Well, no, I really want to see it, but is it just because it's like further down the road?
Further down the road, yeah.
Okay, that's
You went straight to Casimir, which means you haven't encountered it yet.
Is it? Oh, is it like in this room?
Yes,
I'm not going to tell you.
Well,
But,
the Armor Temple is not that small. Like we have around half of it.
So many secrets in here.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm completely ready. Like,
Sorry, I'm back.
Hey, you're back.
sorry.
It's okay,
All right. So we were
back.
just talking about potential triggers and how this is unfortunately close to some real world analogs. So if this does get too much for you, feel free to use the cards. I should have said that ahead of time. My bad. In the meantime, I can assure you I have no intentions of letting Casimir off himself. So no matter what you do in here, that is not how his story is going to end here.
Okay.
So you have been doing your best to persuade him. He rolled a 10 in his insight check, which means he knows you guys are honest. And he knows that you believe what you're saying. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's absorbing it. He just knows that, you guys believe what you're saying. And he knows, obviously, you're not going to let him do anything while you're here. What he is going to do is he's going to reach out to Descartes on your shoulder, and Descartes will hop over and climb onto his shoulder and purr very, very loudly as he rubs up against his collarbone. And Casimir cries a little bit. The tears, of course, they fall black out of his sunken corpse-like eyes, but it's sweet as it can be, and he looks to you, Diana, and he says, "Sister, you know of regrets. Would you give me peace?" He looks back at the dagger on the table that Redmond has taken from him, and then he looks back to you, Diana, and he says, "Would you like me to rest?"
I would give you happiness. There's a place near Waterdeep, where a woman once showed me great kindness, and I intend to return there. And once this is all finished, I would love if you would join me.
I would. He stops, and a smile creeps onto his face, and he says, "I would like that." And he will hold out his hand to shake.
I'll shake his hand.
Which hand do you shake his hand with?
That's not what
Well, I suppose there's only one hand I can use. Yeah, the same one he offers.
Well, fair. He will hold out his right hand, which I guess would be your right hand. So not the wounded hand. Okay.
Yeah.
As you take his hand, you feel there's no heartbeat in his hand, but your pulse begins to pick up the pace, and there's a beat and a rhythm to it, and you remember the vision that Illustre gave you when she danced with you in the woods to initiate your trials, or your dance in the woods under the moonlight. If you, Abby, have forgotten what the dance was, I can remind you.
I don't remember. I know what the dance was for. I don't remember specifics of any steps in it, though. It
was an initiation dance for you.
Yeah, the one where we danced around the swords.
Yeah, so you could enter the priesthood well and proper and become a dark lady in the traditional sense. You remember from the dream that Illustre gave you, she wanted you to show Casimir this dance.
Yeah.
So, do you heed the call, the rhythm in your heart, or do you want to leave
I
Casimir as he is?
I will say, would you do me a kindness in turn?
He turns his head and he nods.
Join me in a dance.
He gives you a weird look, but he nods, and you begin leading him through the steps. You place your swords point first. It's hard stone here, so you probably stick it into a bit of pew, and you begin the dance around it. And unlike in the dream, where you drew little bits of blood and the blood shimmered with moonlight, as you walk through this dance, there's no cutting of the two of you. This is a much gentler dance of initiation. It's a kinder hand. And as you walk through the steps of this dance, he stumbles a little bit here and there, but you're able to guide him on his way. And that music of the moon, it beats in your pulse, and you walk him through the steps, and you hear, as you get to the end of this song, there are actually words to this song as you are going through this dance, and you say them. You speak them there in Sylvan, so I think Volk would understand this at the very least. In your deepest pain, in your weakest hour, in your darkest night, you are lovely. Slow down, just breathe. All we have is all we need. Slow down, just breathe. I'm not scared to lose it all when all I have is beautiful. So, if the spirit moves you, you can absolutely sing this out loud, but the lyrics do occur to you. And you work through the dance.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sing, but Diana definitely will.
Diana would, yes. I will post the words for that right here. This poetry, by the way, is absolutely plagiarized, so...
Yeah, where's it? Can you...
I can absolutely post the songs that these are from later.
Please do. Please do.
Yes.
One of my favorite bands. So you sing this in Sylvan, and it is a beautiful, haunting lullaby that matches the pulse. It is the rhythm of the moon. It is the pulse that makes the tides move. It is the pulse that makes gravity work. It's the pulse that makes the earth spin. All of these things. You're in touch with something greater than yourselves. And as you reach the end of the dance, you're standing there panting, and unbeknownst to the two of you, everybody else saw, as they were dancing, Diana and Casimir began to glow ever so slightly, ever so subtly. There's a silver light that was shimmering about their forms, a kind of moon glow. And every time their foot left the ground, a little after image of their footprint was left there, their bare foot sort of glowing on the ground as they passed. And at the end, the two of them are standing hand in hand on either side of the blades, and panting with the exertion, smiling. And Casimir has a genuine smile, which you've never seen on his face. It's a bit ghoulish, because he's still undead, or he still appears to be undead. But you stand there for a minute looking at each other, smiling. And then Casimir falls to his knees in front of you, Diana, still holding your hands, and he says, "Whatever worth there is in this frame, it's yours. Wherever you go, whatever your fight, I will be at your side. I will be your reverent grey blade."
Thank you, but you don't have to fight anymore.
You see, he inclines his head and he says, "If that's our path, that's our path. I'll follow you." And that's when you hear the voice of Illustrae. "A lord needs a knight as a dancer needs a blade." So the question is, do you accept the service of Casimir?
I will accept I will.
All right. So the voice says in your head once more, "Then you are a maiden no longer. Arise, moon song, dark lady, pathfinder of Illustrae. May your order be wise and kind, ever seeking the silver light in darkness."
That's beautiful.
There we fucking go.
But,
So the two of you weeping embrace, I imagine. So you now have a new title, Diana.
Yeah.
You are Moon Song, Dark Lady and Pathfinder of Illustrae.
That's not going to fit in a character sheet.
Nope. And Casimir has taken the name Reverend Greyblade. So these are your priestly names. In the order of Illustrae, this is how you would introduce yourselves to each other.
Oh.
So,
Very nice.
Casimir has now pledged himself to your service.
Okay. I'll ask him. There's one more thing we need from here. A sword of sunlight.
A sword of sunlight. I don't know anything about that. I cast greater invisibility on myself when I came in, just in case there was anything I couldn't see. I came right here. I've remembered it from old stories about the temple.
Okay. Well, I suppose the first, your first actions as, what was his name? Sorry, Revenant.
Reverend Greyblade.
Greyblade.
He says, "You can still call me Casimir. That's my priestly name."
Yes, yeah, will be to help us find the sword that will be the bane of Strahd von Zarovich.
He nods and he says, "Then let us be rid of him."
Yes.
So I have shared his character sheet with you. You are now welcome to use
No.
him in combat if you would wish, or I can control him.
Yeah.
You have a companion.
I do.
another one.
Another one.
I
The
finally
party is ballooned out.
Yeah.
When is the wedding?
Yeah.
I intend no romance. If you want to take it that way, Abby, you are more than welcome to.
No
But I
romance.
intended no romance. This is a night.
Just devoted,
yeah.
devoted.
Yeah.
Is he like, what, 600 years old or something?
Yeah,
And
that-
Diana
that's
is
it.
Oh yeah, he's a bit
That's
older
it,
than
yeah.
Diana.
Okay. Well, we can certainly keep on exploring the temple. I do have more time. I know some of you have to go to bed soon because it's way late in Europe. The Baroque.
I was in bed until 4 p.m.
Oh, there you go.
I'm good to go.
I'm good to go as well for at
All
least
right.
a little bit.
In that case, yes. What were you going to say?
I am not, sadly. I'm sorry to leave, but you can continue without me. Please do continue without me. I feel
No,
like
that's a good place to end off on, I
It
think.
feels like a good cutting point, I think. So yeah, I stayed up till 2 a.m. feverishly writing
Yeah,
something.
that was
might be-
was beautiful. I loved it.
Thank
It
you.
was really nice.
I will
I
post the
only
songs that I
hope-
plagiarized from, so that you can.
I only hope that my game can be as good as yours.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's so
there we go.
Honestly,
We
it's-
all do.
it's you
We
guys.
all do.
Everything good about my game I plagiarized, so it's you guys that make it work.
Feel it all.
Um,
Every single thing.
So next time, think of any questions you want. Think of anything further you want to explore in the temple itself. You know that the Sun Sword is important because you were destined to get it. You know that Strahd is coming back, and you know that the temple is where he was born. So those are avenues of question that might be worth looking for because there could be answers there.
Yeah.
We might get a sword and we might have a fight with Strahd and Vampire here.
Question
I make
is,
no promises.
who uses the sword?
There's the question. Also, you
we will see when we
have
get it.
staff that you can.
We also
remember
have
at
the
this point.
staff.
Oh yeah.
That is more or less a made-up magic item again. Their game had some weird stuff in it, so I tried to represent that character's weird powers in the staff.
The weird powers. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, Dice Camera action ended in a cliffhanger, but it is absolutely worth a listen to after this if you feel like it.